There's this recipe that Becca's grandmother and mother sent us as a recommendation. And I don't know if they've tried it or not, but my inclination is that no, they didn't. Because the recipe was called bacon and egg soup. Now, anybody who stops and realizes where this is going real quick can recognize this is a travesty. But what it was is you cooked bacon bits, like you cut up bacon, you cooked it. And then you poured chicken broth where you just cooked the bacon.
Oh, and you didn't tell me there was chicken broth in it.
Oh, you need something to be the soup. Yeah, oh no, it gets worse.
Oh God.
Yeah, it gets worse. Because then you need to let it simmer. But when you're letting it simmer, you need to make sure you put in a rind of Parmesan in there. And then later on, you're putting in a full cup of grated Parmesan. None of this is going to melt properly because you are looking at a pot of water with grease in it. Even if it's hot enough, it is not going to melt properly. So you've got soup with bits in it.
So basically, so far you've described greasy cheese water.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Which was my dad's name in high school.
And then you put croutons in it.
Oh.
What is this? Feels like an AI recipe.
It feels like a fucking car accident is what it feels like. It's so there's nothing homogeneous about it. There's no evenness to the mixture. You don't get a mingling of chicken and bacon. You just get bacon and then chicken. That's it. And then the egg is just kind of there. That's all it is. It is just kind of there in this awful concoction that you've made that I can only assume by a deranged Midwestern housewife. And I took one spoonful of it and then I dumped it down the toilet.
What?
I have a high resistance for not great food. That was just disgusting.
I mean, as soon as you said pour the broth into the grease and then add the cheese, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, this sounds gross. And you're right, it's gross. I will never cook that recipe again. That was fucking horrid.
You're using recipe really loosely right there.
Yeah, so would I. I would hesitate to call that a recipe, but yeah, that was not worth the effort. I have pizza now.
Oh, speaking
Michelle
of
loves
greasy
me
and cheesy,
gave me money to buy ramen.
What was that?
Yeah.
Michelle loves me and gave me money for ramen. I've had a really long 2 days.
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? Eat. Literally,
Yeah.
the thing just said, please eat.
Thumbs
The
up
message.
emoji.
It was just it was just please eat. It wasn't even an emoji.
It sounds like a Depression era recipe. Yeah, it feels like it.
Kinda does.
It feels like
yeah,
it.
I ate it, and now I'm depressed.
Yeah, yeah. It just, that's exactly it. It's just, this is just it was just a, I don't know who thought that was a recipe, but they were wrong. That was not a recipe. That was a train wreck.
They were wrong.
Where'd they get it from? Are they sure? Like what?
It was
where did they source this?
it was a picture of a magazine that I was sent.
Honey.
Yeah.
Man, women's world's really gone downhill, huh?
Yeah, for once I would say that, sorry, I shouldn't say for once, that sounds so mean. That woman should stay out of the chicken, out of the kitchen.
Yeah, she should stay out of the chicken too.
Yeah, that too.
Can I give you guys the inverse of that I made the joke at work yesterday?
Sure.
I'm allowed to say this because I'm not giving any sort of like details that are like confidential. So we're processing paperwork for a TPR, which is a termination of parental rights. And it's one parent, the dad, trying to get the mom's rights terminated because of a bunch of stuff, but essentially, it makes sense why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading through the paperwork, and it's the first time I've seen this paperwork before. And I'm reading through it, and there's a form called Consent to Publish Mother's Name in Order. And the word mother's crossed out and father's written in. And I see that reversed a couple other times in the paper, and I looked at my coworker Carrie, and I was like, you know, this is kind of weird. And she's like, yeah, it's kind of a sexist bit of paperwork.
Yeah.
But it happens a lot more than you think that it's that it's this way and it's not the other. And I said,
Yeah.
God forbid a woman do a man's job.
Also, Cody, what you have just described is disgusting. Your grandfather would use a single plate and mop up his gravy with the pecan pie crust. That's disgusting.
My grandfather was the same way. That's just how some people are.
Yeah, that's also disgusting.
Cody, you didn't have to watch him do it.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
right.
even worse, actually.
But car time, because I promised Adam I'd talk about cars briefly, so you'll have to live with it. So I've had 3 cars in my life, Adam.
Okay.
I've talked
I'm not
about
gonna
my
tell you how
Corolla.
many I've had.
You work in the car
No.
industry. You don't count.
No, yeah, but I've had plenty of cars before that. Anyways, please tell me.
Yeah. Anyways, I've had 3 cars in my life. I didn't start driving until I was like 21, 22, to provide some context. And the only reason I was able to afford my first car was because of student loans. My first car was a Volkswagen Bug from 2002.
Bug.
Oh, you had a new Beetle.
It was 15 years old when I bought it.
Oh no.
That car, if it hadn't been for the fact that my dad and I were both in a manic episode, which we were, which was a problem, we should have lemon-lawed it. 100%. That car was a piece of shit.
Unfortunately, lemon lock typically only applies to new cars. What color was it?
It was silver.
Okay. What'd you put in the little built-in flower vase on the dashboard?
Nothing, because I was so stressed about the fact that my car was breaking down every minute that I didn't want to do anything to it.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
Because,
Volkswagen
fun
Beetles.
fact,
Oh, sorry.
the electricals for the lights broke,
Yeah.
I think 8 times in the 3 years I owned it.
Yeah.
No worry.
I failed. So I used it to pass my driving test, for reference. I had to take the test 5 times. For the practical, I passed the written one first time.
Okay.
3 of them I failed because my car lights kept breaking.
Yeah.
One of them I failed the parallel parking because the lady was a cunt. The last one is the one I passed.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, one of the times my brother failed his driving test was because the back brake was, the caliper was seized, and we didn't know it.
yeah, and it's so stupid because I don't know if it's like this in your state. If you fail at all, even if it's your vehicle that's broken,
You gotta redo
still
the
have to wait
practice.
2 weeks.
You also have to redo the
What?
test.
No, I
I
don't
don't-
do the test.
Oh,
I
you
don't-
didn't?
I don't
You
remember.
didn't have to wait. I didn't have to wait.
I do it 2 weeks.
I don't remember if he had to wait because of the car. I don't think he did.
We did. So it took me
that's-
like 6 months to get my license finally. Even though I knew how to drive, I just kept getting fucked by my car and parallel parking, which is a bullshit thing. I can parallel park now, even though I have done it twice actually in the past month. Fucking hate it. Even with a backup cam, it fucking sucks. But I wanted to be close to my job.
I'm kind of patiently waiting for Becca to come in and like tell me, oh, this is disgusting.
Yeah. So I shouldn't mention that I passed my driver's test my first time.
No, that's fine.
No,
I'm
that's
not
fine. I
mad
don't
at
give
you
a
for it. I listen. I also didn't get my license until I was in my 20s. Like,
Same.
there
I
was no point.
waited till I was 18, and it was only because I knew I was going to need a car to get to college.
That is why I got my license, because I went from living on WVU campus to going to the college I went to, and it was cheaper to live at home and commute than live on a college campus. Plus, living at WVU kind of caused my eating disorder, and my parents didn't want to inspire that to kick back up.
No, it's
Fair
I was
enough.
malnourished. Literally, my blood work came back, and my doctor, who my mom worked for at the time, was like, "Hey, you know your daughter's blood work. Have you seen it?" My mom went, "Not yet," and she went, "Something wrong?" And that's how we found out. I had a
Ruh-roh.
lot of problems. You know, I was only eating peanut M&Ms and a Sprite Zero for lunch.
Jessica.
Listen, this was early 20s. Eating disorder hit hard. I also
Eating
did not eat
disorders, you know.
breakfast. For dinner, because I lived on campus at WVU, I ate at the student union. I would get either a Whopper Junior with a small fry, or I'd get a 12-piece chicken nugget order from Chick-fil-A, no fries. And then I went to the gym with my roommates, and walked to the track there while they did the machines. I walked a total of anywhere from 15 to 20,000 steps a day. Then I went home, ate a bag of popcorn and a Swiss roll.
Unfortunately, eating disorders do not give a fuck.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and WVU was a
understand.
really bad place for me to be, because WVU is a party college, if you don't know that. So all of the people there are like fraternity people or partiers in general, and I don't blend in with that crowd in personality or looks, and it was really clear.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I consider it a miracle I didn't end up with an eating disorder, considering I grew up in the early 2000s. I was a teen.
Yeah, the fact you didn't is astounding.
Hey, Bears.
Hi, Bears.
It is quite a miracle, especially since I've never been like, I've been thin, but I've never been like that thin. I've always had like curves, always.
I've never been thin, but I'm kind of cursed with that. So, second card.
I've always been built like a rectangle.
So how
So,
long did
the
you
bug.
how long did you have? How long did you have the beetle for?
Throughout all of no, most of college. I had it for like 2 years. I say most of college because I spent 2 years already at WVU.
Thank you, Bears. I know I'm
And-
handsome.
Don't lie to me, Bears, it's rude.
Bears, you don't even know what I look like. Shut up.
Adam, you're.
Just call her Darius?
No,
I
you
said
said Bears. It sounded like
Oh,
Darius.
Bears.
Yeah.
I heard Darius. I was like very confused.
No, Bears, Nick, whatever you want to call him. So anyways, so I got rid of that card, and this time my mom went with me and my dad. Because my mom does not have bipolar disorder, which causes horrible manic episodes that would cause grandeur. So all four of us went. We went to a dealership. They had an 08 Chevy Cobalt.
Oh no.
For reference, the first... Oh, I had this car until like 2 years ago. So I think I owned it for a total of 4 years.
Oh wait, I think you've told me about the cobalt.
A little bit. But the first few years it was great.
My
It was a
favorite
great
color.
car. It wasn't a Cobalt color. That's just the brand name.
Awful.
I
You
named
get
it
it,
Bo
Blue?
because it's a Cobalt. As in
Ah,
the Cobalt
ah.
City.
This is where Neddy lives.
Nettie?
And
Yes,
Oh.
Neddy. He's the biggest,
Oh, hi, Neddy.
toughest bully this side of the black
so
Stump.
about a year before I got rid of it,
Sound so tough?
Jill and I were driving back from a convention, right? Actually, I'll be right
Nice
back. My
one,
food just got
Ty.
delivered, so
Now
let me go
you've
grab it.
riled him.
Sorry, I was chewing. That's definitely a reference to that Australian guy who strapped cast iron to his body and robbed a bank, right? His name's Nettie. What's the actual guy's name?
Ho, ho, ho! Trespasser am
Probably. I
orange
should
rat,
watch.
puny
I am
rat,
technically
no
in
match
Persona
for
5.
Nettie. Nettie clobber
And I just
him
want to
good.
chat because I miss my friends. 'Cause I work till 2 a.m. now.
Oi.
And my sleep schedule is so messed up.
Oh,
I
can
do in fact
imagine.
get up at like 11 o'clock now. Sometimes I've gotten up at 2 in the morning because I don't fall asleep till like 4 or 5. But it's fine. It's fine. It'll help me in the future. No, it won't.
Anyway, So Jill and I are driving back from a convention. That's like, I don't know how to have them. And my car makes a noise.
Okay.
And then it starts pulling. I'm like, you know, it's fine, we'll make it home. I live with it pulling and making a loud, rattling, shaking noise for a year.
Should not
I
have
go
done
to trade it in. I go to trade it in to get my Corolla. And I was like, I want to trade this in just because it's not that. And he's like, okay, what's wrong with it? I said, I don't know. Do you want to sit in while I drive?
What?
He's like, I'm scared too big? Sure.
Nettie.
He gets in my car.
Nettie,
We're taking him for the test drive. We get maybe 100 yards down the road, and he goes, I need to turn around. This is a death machine. How have you been driving? I said, I've been driving it on the interstate going like 75. And he went, how? Your front end is about to break off.
Did he full name you?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
To be fair, most people in Jess's like real life do full name her.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I go by my full name in pretty much any setting that is not.
I literally was the
Personal.
person who'd be like, I like literally how it happened in ours is like, can I call you Jess? And you were like, yeah, that's fine. From then on, everyone just called her Jess.
Well, everyone just called her
It is
Jess, but
totally-
also now, like, it means that we all have a very good, surefire way of getting Jess's attention when Jess has done something wrong. It's like we all have the parent tool now.
That's exactly what it is because my family calls me Jessie,
Why?
which I hate.
Well, the thing for me is like I don't have that issue because Connor that's the
Yep,
name.
Same. Same.
So I can only think of literally one time where I got Connor Francis because my middle name is Francis. That meant I was in a lot of trouble.
What did you do?
I don't know, but I remember it was said to me and I was in trouble.
There are two people in the world who can call me by a nickname. It is my mother and my niece.
Papa, you need to stop calling me that. You need to stop calling me that, Bears.
What? So you don't want to be called Daddy Con?
Nope.
Oh God.
You know,
Sorry,
Dad
Michelle.
Con, I think that
I'm
Dad
not.
Con, I
I'm
think
not
that's
looking at. I will
G'day,
say,
mate.
not looking
I
at chat. I'm
came
not
here to
looking at
give
the game.
Dennis
I'm
some
just
diving
looking at
lessons,
chat.
but he chickened out.
Yeah,
I
it's
am
okay.
playing Persona 5 while this is
You
going
know,
on.
Yeah, and you're in
It's all
Futala's
going
palace,
good
and I'm
out there.
jealous.
All you have to do
Uh-huh.
is press the
I
jump
already
button
finished the
near
palace. I'm
water's
in the,
edge,
like,
then
fight,
press the
like,
bike
last fight,
button
the
to
boss
do
fight.
a dive.
you already
Like I'm
finished
literally
already?
right at
can
the
dive
point
into
where
that yellow
Futaba
crate.
enters the palace.
Oh, so you had such a good part. Sorry. Anyways, so it turns out the front end of my car was fully broke.
Oh,
Bonza, you're a natural
Yeah, like,
Ty.
Do
he
you
said at
remember
any
enough
moment that
Challenge. Why don't you try
the
Could you
the
elaborate?
connective point
tower
between the
high
two
dive?
would break.
Here's the challenge, mate.
what-
Like the
what
actual
do you
like
mean?
body
On
of
the
my
super
car was
tower
broken.
And pass through each of the
Oh,
rings on the way
boy,
down. If you get them
that's
all,
not
I'll give you a
good.
thunder egg.
Yeah, they gave me
Oh,
$500
you
out of pity for it.
Yeah,
I think I had a
that's,
brand new battery in it. They could have sold
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a wholesale car if I've ever heard one.
Hey, I think this is dangerous, guys.
What makes you say that?
I don't know, just a hunch.
I need all of you to please come to me for like car buying advice in the future.
Considering
was a
I don't live
pillar
back
of a
home anymore,
dog.
I'll have to
I'll
because
tell
my
you
dad
what,
used to
mate,
go with me.
you'd give the
My dad
Piggy
was in
Wig's
the
neck
tire.
a
You'll be
ride.
directed to a
I was in the car
Mazda.
industry.
There, you've earned this.
That's no, not necessarily.
The bottom literally fell out? What the fuck, Cody?
I will say, for as
The
dangerous as
bottom
that
fell out.
sounds, Jess, that is not the most dangerous vehicle I've ever driven in.
Ordering star.
No, I will tell you it is absolutely not. So
I have driven some dangerous things.
I've mentioned this before actually. Me and my family went on vacation in a place called Alborough. It's literally a little island off the coast of Maine, and the only way to get there is via ferry. That's it.
Okay,
Now-
so a nice gay person takes you to the island.
You beat me to the fucking joke, Adam.
Shake
Now-
your hand.
Now there's something to be said about this place. Since it is so small, a lot of the laws that would typically apply on mainland don't apply there, simply because there's no one to either A, enforce them, or B, Well, the laws are handled differently because you're on an island. No one's really going to care about your vehicle inspection.
I was gonna say this is going for an inspection.
So, the fellow that we were staying at the place of, great guy, entrepreneur, made a lot of money. And it turned out it was because he made a design for, you know, like those those fold-out cardboard things for like loading up leaves into a lawn bag. Yeah, that was him. So he made a fair amount of money off of that. But he had a little place there, and he had a Jeep that he would just let us borrow and bomb around in. That Jeep had no doors. It had no top.
That's not uncommon for some Jeeps, I won't lie to you.
It had a
I've ridden
floor
those.
that you could literally see the actual pavement moving under your feet in certain spots.
I have driven in a Jeep like that. People love the Jeeps like that in West Virginia.
Yes,
Are you
they
kidding
do.
me?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, no, I believe the no doors, no roof if it was the Wrangler. I kind of believe the no floor too, depending on how old it was, because that bitch was rusted away.
I don't know how old it was. I honestly couldn't tell you how old it was, but like, it was great for getting around. It did its job, but that thing should not have been street legal by anybody's definition.
Oh, that actually.
I was gonna say I have a story of a car I drove.
Yes, go on.
So, as I think I've mentioned before, I don't know if I've ever mentioned in Adam's presence. I went to school for film, and after I finished school, for about 4 or 5 years, I did a lot of PA work in like reality TV.
Yep, I know. I remember
okay.
that.
I don't know if I didn't mention that.
Yeah,
We talked briefly about it here and there.
The first job I did was for a YouTube show, right?
Oh boy.
And it was like basically they would go to like tailgates of like college football games, and they would have like cooks from local cooks like do a competition. I think it was. I couldn't tell you the name of the show.
Interesting.
I worked on some weird stuff. This is my very first job. So I was still in Orlando at the time. I had to drive up all the way to, it was at Gainesville, so I think it was FSU. I'm not 100% sure. It was one of the state schools. And I just remember I had to go up to Gainesville, which is about 3 hours north of where I was. I did not sleep the night before because I had to be there at 6 a.m. Did not sleep the night before because I was just anxious because it was my first job, so I couldn't sleep. I drove up there. And then, when I get up there...
Get over here, you fucking cracker gator.
No. A lot of PA work is driving cars, driving things around. And they're like, okay. It was towards the end, and one of the guys had his, he needed his car. They're like, here's the keys, go get his car and bring it to us. I was like, okay. I get to him. His car is this really old school RV. Like, old school RV where...
Oh, no.
There's no air conditioning. I can't adjust the seat. And the person is obviously significantly taller than me because I'm a short bitch. So I'm like straining to get to like the thing. And it's one of it's manual, like, it's not manual, but it's like the ones where it's in the steering wheel.
Like a column shifter.
Yeah, column shift.
Column shift in the steering wheel, which I had never driven before. And then I had to figure out how to get to where and all the streets are closed because football's a really freaking big deal in Gainesville, and they like shut down streets around the stadium. I eventually had to get a cop to escort me to where I needed to go. I had to pull over, explain my situation to the cop, and the cop escorted to me to where I needed to go. And I'm like, I can't drive. It was so hard. I was like barely on the seat. It was so like, I was like at the edge of the seat because I could not reach otherwise.
It's like a toddler in their dad's chair.
It's like, Jess will understand this. It's a Lalafell driving the car. Driving the car.
You are Lalafellish.
It was so great. Like, I managed to get it. I didn't get to a car accident, which was, but yeah. And then, I learned I've driven cargo vans. I've driven A very fun thing is, I don't know if it's still the case now, but at the time, the main car for like PA work, or like the PAs would have to drive, would be
I'd imagine like
Chrysler,
I'd imagine a transit
Chrysler
van.
SUVs or Chrysler minivans, like very specifically Chrysler minivans. I had drove so many of those. Oh
I mean,
God.
in fairness, like as someone who did that, like who drove around in a transit van for a living for like a good 3-4 years, something like that, they're decent vehicles.
Yeah, but a modern transit van is way different one that what they used to use back then.
Yo, yeah, I'm sure.
Even compared to the old like Ford Econoline vans, a transit is more like a car than it is that van.
Yeah, than it is an actual van. Yeah. And honestly, like, but also like for what a lot of those things are used for, they're still pretty fucking good. You know?
Sorry, Bears, you unintentionally
Did you know-
came into the car one.
Fun fact, vans like that are sold. They're.
I
No,
know
I
your
wanna
brain
make
just stalled out, but it sounds like you just went, did you know transit vans are sold? And then that's it.
No, I'm trying to remember the correct order that they do it to avoid the taxes on importing them.
Oh.
Like,
This
not just.
this sounds like an interesting form of legalese.
It's not specifically just transits. It's like all those vans. It's because of the chicken tax.
I beg your goddamn
Wait, what
pardon?
You've never heard of the chicken tax?
Not at all.
No. It sounds like something you made up to fuck with us.
Yeah,
'cause we
this
don't know anything about
this sounds
cars.
like horse shit.
No. The chicken tax. So, per
Or
Wikipedia,
chicken shit.
the chicken tax is a 25% tariff on light trucks imposed in 1964 by then U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, of course it was fucking
In
Johnson.
response to tariffs placed by France and West Germany on importation of U.S. chicken. It's
Did you
during
know
the
there's
height.
Go ahead, finish your.
So it was during the height of the Cold War. So what they do is specifically for like transit vans specifically, I think it is mostly Ford. They will bring them here with seats in them and then take the seats out so that they're not considered light trucks, they're considered vans, to avoid the import tax.
That is so dumb. That is such stupid legalese.
Yeah, so Mercedes does something similar. They build the vans in Germany, they take them apart, bring them here in components, and then build them in Wikipedia says South Carolina, and then maybe other places they do it, but it's to avoid the
Thank God.
taxes on importing them.
Very fun fact about Lyndon B. Johnson. I went to the Lyndon B. Johnson Museum, the Presidential Library in Austin when I went. I went 2018 for my birthday. And like, I like going to presidential museums even if I don't necessarily agree with the president. For the most part, like I've been to the George Bush one in Houston. That one's interesting because there's a whole thing about 9/11, obviously. But
Ow,
Lyndon B.
bitch!
Johnson
Fucker!
has an animatronic Lyndon B. Johnson in his museum, in his presidential
Lyndon B.
library.
Johnson is a piece of fucking work.
Oh my God.
He's a real piece of shit. With that said, he is also still somehow one of the funniest presidents just by the absurdity surrounding that goddamn man. Because
Oh
I
my
can
God.
think of two things. One, apparently he had a really big
Is this about
dick
him
and would
taking his
flaunt
cock
it.
out?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
two,
yeah, he really
he
liked to
would
take his dick out.
regularly have meetings with people while shitting. Which is
He also
absurd.
liked to get real close to people.
yeah.
Like one of his things is that he would get real
Yeah.
close to
There's a
Uncomfortably
lot of
close.
pictures of him. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Like
I
the
gotta
thing is, he
fucking
was
heat
a
up that.
progressivist, which is like great, but also he was fucking insane.
Such a huge piece of shit. It's like great, you're progressive. Holy fucking shit, dude, can you chill? Oh my god.
No, let me put it this way, he may have been from Texas, but he saw what JFK was doing and said he's not doing enough.
Yeah, which
and kind of
is
went batshit.
which is remarkable. He hated JFK. He
Yes, he-
fucking hated that Yankee.
Where was he on the day of that shooting?
Actually, there's a There are a surprising number of links between Lyndon B. Johnson and like other 3-letter agencies. So like, while there's zero proof and you'll never be able to show for sure, that
Also,
is a
they're all-
popular
they're all
theory.
Dead at this point, so like, we can say whatever we want. But, like,
No,
it's reliable.
No, it's more so like you'll never prove it and you'll just sound crazy. So like it's one of those things where like the idea there is that he basically just went to one of the 3-letter agencies and said, I'll play ball with you if you get rid of him. And then that was it. But that's the theory.
Oh, he went to one of the 3-letter agencies.
CIA.
BMW.
BMW killed John F. Kennedy.
No, he's an interesting character.
That's a word for him.
Not my favorite president.
No.
but Not my least favorite.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's in my top 10 least favorites. Is the surprising thing.
I read.
Where's
books
Taggart
about-
on that list for you?
Tiger.
Taggart. I think it's Taggart, right? Was he the fat one?
There is no.
Who am I
There's no
thinking of then?
president with the name Taggart.
Yeah.
Who is
truly no
Taggart
president
then?
named Ta- There's
On.
Taft.
Taft, that was the one.
Taft. I fucking hate Taft.
Guys, I liked when we were talking
He-
about
so-
cars. Then I knew things and I got to sound smart.
He was the president when the fucking depression hit.
Yep.
And he did
Nothing.
nothing. Well, he wasn't the president when the depression hit. He was the president when one of the world wars happened, but he was also in like this. He was like a chief justice or something like that. He was always in a position of power, and he never did anything fucking worth.
He just sat on his
Hey,
ass.
Hey, that
And then
sounds
got
really
stuck in the
familiar.
bathtub.
Yes, he did. I get him and Hoover mixed up.
Now I can.
I mean, they're both useless.
Both
so.
useless.
Hey,
See?
do
Hate Hoover.
does every president have a museum?
Insist you have. It's
No.
Every president, not every president has a library, but like after a certain point, every modern president has a library.
God, do you think this is just gonna be a McDonald's?
I think you're gonna see a burned husk of a building. Is what you're probably gonna see. I don't think
Like,
it'll
are they
last
working-
long, brother.
Here's the thing. I don't know if Obama's is done. I know they're working on
They're
it.
working on
It's
it.
gonna be it's in Chicago.
Of course, it's its hometown.
Yeah. But yeah, every modern president.
Cockroaches here like
The George Bush one isn't anything to write home about. There is a whole section on 9/11. That is interesting. It's very emotional.
I wonder how the Bill Clinton one is.
You used to be able to see a sign for.
Looks like a saxophone.
You used to be able to see a sign for Twin Peaks from the Bush Museum. You can't see it anymore, but.
Actually,
Wait, I'm
Actually,
stupid. I don't get it.
Twin Peaks,
is
Twin Towers.
is a booby restaurant.
Yeah.
It's Twin Peaks. It's Hooters. It's Hooters, but with plaid.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Like literally, it's Hooters with plaid.
Oh, didn't they close down all
am I
the
allowed to
movies?
make the joke that it's a Bill Clinton one? Do you think they have a blue dress with a suspicious stain on it?
I mean, yes, but no, probably not.
No, but they do have a painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress.
Alright, fucking, was that Epstein or Diddy? Who
That's
had
an
that?
that was Epstein. I don't want to know what
Sorry, but-
Diddy had. I at this
Listen,
point I
Diddy's-
just don't want to know anymore.
Diddy's trial started yesterday.
I know.
Oh boy.
And also,
I've been watching coverage.
and I think it was who was it? It was Rotten Mango. I think Rotten Mango was at the trial.
She was, and she just posted a video 7 hours ago of day one trial notes
Oh
from her
boy.
and her team.
Oh boy. That is gonna be something else.
Imagine having to be. his
I have
defense
started it. Dude, his defense attorney is like one of the defense attorneys for shitty people. Like, represented Ghislaine Maxwell and was the lawyer for Epstein before he died.
Neither of those cases went very well, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I mean, Maxwell's in prison for a very long time.
Yup.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bye, Diddy.
What did he do?
Apparently-
Well, you don't want the answer.
What did he do?
What
To give
didn't
you
he do?
context, The title of the video of her coverage of it, by the way, is baby oil and lubricant a federal crime? No.
Yeah, I
Diddy's
saw
defense,
that.
Day one.
What a fucking defense! Is baby oil and lubricant a crime? No. Yeah, but everything else is, brother. What are you talking
What
about?
did Diddy do? Potentially several dozen people. Yeah, and apparently, like, without getting into it, they because this will definitely get us banned on Twitch.
Oh fuck yes.
Because Carrie, my coworker, and I were talking about it today. Because we're both insane, and you can't work in the legal system without being a little insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
freak
well,
off.
That was a perfect job for you.
Yeah, freak. I think freak off is gonna turn into the new phrase that people use on Twitch for like when they definitely want to talk about something like that, but they can't say the word, so they're gonna say freak off.
Yeah. Without context, with context, but without getting into it, they were talking about details of the freakouts and some of the sexual acts that were done during it in court.
Guys, I'm dumb. What does freak out mean? Someone type it.
Freak off is the a freak off is the parties. I'm using air quotes around parties, by the way, that Diddy had, and
They were also called white parties.
yeah, they were bad.
Where he would typically assault numerous people, drugs, alcohol.
What are they called? You know, no, I think I know why they were called freak offs.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yep.
Also, when I think of the phrase white party, I think of the cruise because it's a theme night where everyone dresses in white and there's a party by the
Hey, $5 says they changed that name.
Hey, fun fact, that's also why they were called white parties at Diddy parties.
Everybody wore
Yeah.
white.
Including making the women paint their nails white, which, by the way, is something his mother famously does.
I will say, I will say white parties are like a rich people thing in general. Like that is just the thing that is like white parties. Like I will say, like on like even if you watch those like housewife shows, they do white parties all the time. But like not in like it's just like everyone wears white.
Well,
It's
because there's an
theme party.
implication between there's a theme party, but also there's an implication between having pure white clothing and the money required to maintain that. So that's the idea. But also, no one's gonna look at a white party the same ever again.
To give one last thought on this before I drop this subject, because we cannot talk about it on Twitch. I would love to know.
Which room did I put in here?
You don't want to know that. I would love to know how they found jurors for these kind of trials.
Yeah, right.
I think it'll
extensive questioning.
yeah. Like those jurors were probably there for damn near an hour before anyone made any decision.
I'll be so honest
Connor,
with you.
jury questions last longer than that sometimes.
Longer than an hour. You know what I mean?
I'll be so honest with you. I would actually kind of be perfect because I have no idea about any of this stuff. Like,
The thing is though, the fact you knew he was arrested and what the charges were
That's
was
enough.
enough that they would send you off.
Yeah. The trick is with jury selection, and
you have to go to
it's
Amish people.
yeah. You know what? That would be kind of hilarious, and you're not wrong. It would be effective. Yeah.
The prosecutors would get rid of them.
Yeah. Political bias.
And both sides can bet.
It is. Oh, I didn't even get to say it. Mod, kill that guy. Thank you. I know. I want to say it though. It's just the thing is about a lot of cases, especially like Diddy, is that like the fame surrounding it makes it damn near impossible to get a perfectly clear case. So at the end of the day, a lot of the times, a lot of those juror selections and a lot of those lawyers, they will settle on good enough because it's all they can do.
I'd be perfect because I didn't even know what a freak off was. Freak out. Freak off? I don't even remember the name of it.
What it was, so.
Well, I can say reasons for why everybody here would be disqualified.
Oh, I mean,
Okay.
knowledge of pop culture.
No, well, it's Michelle. You likely would have been disqualified because 1, you're a woman. 2, you are a person of color.
Yep.
Um,
I actually have not looked at his jury yet.
yeah. Jess, you would have been disqualified because 1, you're a woman. 2, you focused on queer history. So you would have
I
been
had a
disqualified.
political science minor.
Yeah, you have a political
and
science minor.
Psychology minor.
So they would have looked at you and gone, no. Or at least the defense would have. Adam, they would have looked at you and gone, okay.
Yay.
Because homosexuals tend to lean more liberal when it comes to political opinions,
Oh.
and anybody leaning more liberal is going to tend to have a more progressive opinion on treatment towards women.
So I can talk about this some. So fun fact, all 12 of the jurors have a college degree, including
Oh.
2 masters and 1 PhD.
Remarkable.
That's kind of insane, actually.
Ages
Well,
30 to 74.
is it being held in New York, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it'd be hard to
That
avoid a
makes
degree then.
Yeah, I was like, that makes a little more sense then.
The massage therapist, who's 69, said he has overseen a court that he told the judge he has had a family member who was a victim of domestic violence, but it would not bias him as a juror, and they let him stay. Wild.
Wild! Are you kidding me?
Another one who was an investment analysis who he has a moral objection to capital punishment, but has seen the video of Combs assaulting Cassie and was
And they
aware
let-
of the allegations.
They let him. Okay,
They
so that's
let
just the defen-
those
I'm
two
sorry,
guys
but
stay?
that's just the defense
Dude,
really doing
let
a
me
shit job.
continue.
Are
They
you?
are women,
Does
by
it
the
get?
way.
Does it get more? Oh my God! Okay, go.
I don't know yet. I haven't read this myself. 51 scientist. He actually has a PhD. He's only vaguely aware of the allegations. So he is neutral, but he has a PhD.
Bro was too busy focusing on his work.
Female, Deli Fuck, doesn't watch the news but enjoys hip hop music and reggae, which means she knows at least who Diddy is, but nothing else.
That's such a funny statement.
Another female, gets her news by word of mouth.
Oh no.
It's
And
me,
she's
though.
familiar
That's
with
how I do
the
it now.
allegations against Combs.
That's me. And see, I would be allowed on the trial. Because that's me.
41 male. He is familiar with the allegations, but his pre-existing knowledge would not prevent him from being it. He said he pled guilty once to a misdemeanor fraud after a medical practitioner he used after a car accident was accused of insurance fraud. So he has apparently been to prison. He's apparently had a misdemeanor once.
He has a conviction. Yeah.
Nothing too bad.
No, it's just a
another one.
misdemeanor, but still, it's conviction.
Male 68. He's retired. Used to work at a bank. That's it. He enjoys listening to music and playing cricket.
This is this is the most boring man in this entire crowd. What the fuck?
Another one, age 68, retired. He was a former lineman for a telephone company. He's familiar with some of the names because he used to watch Diddy's television show.
God.
And despite having a distaste for looking at violence on videos, he has seen the Ventura assault video.
Wait, I've already been here, I think. Yep, I've already
I've
been
seen
here.
the video of Mr. Combs and the person in the video and harm was done to her on the video. I didn't exactly know the reason he was doing it, but I don't think it'll impede my decision.
Smashing young tie.
Impede me on making a decision. I didn't see much of the video anyways.
I mean, granted, you don't need to see very much to go. Yeah, why were you beating the shit out of that lady, dude?
Female 43, physician's assistant. She is part of a community-based organization for women in Harlem and a social justice program in public theater. How did she make it through?
How did she make it through?
Wow, I mean,
Are you
like, not for
fucking
nothing,
kidding?
The defense is...
Oh,
oof.
the next one I think might be the best one considering what she is. Male 39, social worker.
Huh?
Works as a preventative social worker for Children's Care Organization, frequently handling domestic violence cases.
Oh.
How did he make it through?
How did this?
How did they let him
How?
do it?
He's cooked. There's no way he'll ever win. What do you mean? How did a social? How did? Okay, that's.
There's still
So
two
I
more,
could
and
have
then
been
there's the
on it.
alternatives. There's still the alternatives. Male 67,
Uh-huh.
analysis at a bank, has 3 adult children.
Uh-huh.
He once served on a jury back in the Bronx. but the jury never reached a vote. Which might be why they picked him. Another one,
Yeah, 'cause he
74,
could've hung
she's a
the
treatment
jury.
organizer. A treatment organization coordinator. She has a bachelor's degree in sociology.
Jesus.
And then the 6 alternatives, we have a non-profit employee, a physician, a man who's unemployed but used to be a window cleaner and watches true crime shows.
My people.
You're not unemployed.
Oh, I meant the true crime shows.
Yeah. Another one, he says he's familiar with the case but nothing about it. So, and his exact wording is, I'm old enough to have heard a lot of stories before trial, and when that evidence is actually presented, things like, the truth comes out. He's an alternative.
Mm-hmm.
How did that
Last
alternate
two.
get there? That is crazy.
This dude's fucked.
Site operator for a coffee shop. She's married. Listens to stuff. She's aware of the Ventura video, but said she could still be a fair juror. There are both sides to every story, and I don't know the full story. Finally, male, 37, officer at an international organization with a master's degree in international relations. This is a quote from, no one likes hearing about prostitution and things like that. I mean, like, no one is not, like, pro-prostitution and things like that, or drug charges or things like that. They're not good allegations, but I could still be objectionable and fair.
That poor
I think they would have had better
was a
luck on some of the
cybernetic pawn
alternates
of
than they would have the main
Bosscast.
12, TBH.
Hold on, guys,
Anyways,
wait,
we'll stop
wait.
talking about news.
Free Willy reference.
Hey, question.
Yo.
Who picks?
Swim
is it
free,
the, is
sweet
it
crikey.
the
Swim free. You
plaintiff or the
beauty!
defense who picks the jury?
Both. I mean,
Both.
it's both the prosecution and defense have say.
I
I've
think
only
it
ever
starts with the
been-
prosecution,
You have come
and then the
far.
defense gets
This will
to
be
come
no easy
Yeah,
task.
I've only ever
but
been
I
summoned
have
for
faith
jury
in
duty
you, my
once, and
friend.
it was something involving cops, and I have cop family members, so I didn't have. I got summoned.
That's so similar to mine. I've only also gotten summoned for once, and it was an insurance thing. My mom's an insurance, well, at the time she was an insurance. She's a former insurance agent now, but like she was an insurance agent at the time.
Chai,
So they
good
like
to see you.
let me go.
I've again harnessed the energy off the talisman machine.
I've never been summoned
Let's
for
see what
jury
we get
duty,
this time,
and if
shall
I
we?
do now, it's gonna be really
My
funny.
word, this must be a frosty rang.
All right, guys. Could have thought a little bit longer about these names.
Yes. Oh, yes.
A
The
frosty
frosty rang
rang?
can put out
Frosty
fires,
rang.
freeze enemies,
Me when
and
my- me
even
when the snowman
create
calls?
ice cubes in water.
Frosty
Just
rang.
select
But yeah,
it, use
Frosty
the
rang.
previous
Yeah,
rang
that
and
jury
next ring
is-
buttons to cycle through
Oh,
your
boy.
collection.
Wild.
You won't be disappointed.
I don't know how
You
they
won't
do
be
it.
disappointed.
Anyways, normal conversation, no more court stuff. I apologize for derailing us down that
Nah,
pathway.
you kidding me? That was great, dude.
I know, but I don't like to get into such deep topics sometimes. Why
Deep
does that
what?
look like a penis?
Yeah, I can see it.
It's the Jo crystal.
It's not. It's. I need you to know. I have to struggle with an adult every day at work because there is a court abbreviation for trial names that is JO. And every day I have to be a. Yes, I love fudge. Fudge is so fucking good. See how much fudge I've eaten in my life? Oh, I used to buy it and send it to Connor.
Yeah, Just knows I like fudge. I will say I like fudge. It's not my favorite sweet though. My favorite sweet is still cheesecake. Love
Oh,
cheesecake.
cheesecake fudge.
They have a whole factory for that.
Shut up.
Yeah, and it's overpriced.
Also,
It
can I be
is.
honest with you?
I've
Cheesecake
never been to a
Factory,
cheese-
it sucks, dude. It's terrible.
Can I be
Never been
honest
to
with
one.
you? Never been.
I will
Um,
say I whenever I eat like food from there, food is fine. It's not great. It's whatever. The cheesecake specifically do always make me nauseous.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't know what it is, but they always make me nauseous.
So the problem with Cheesecake Factory is the problem that I, as someone who likes to cook and likes to eat food, will say that this should always be the giant red flag for a restaurant.
Lake
Their
Power
menu is
an
way too
excellent
big.
Focal point
It
for the
is.
talisman machine.
Yeah, I
You
agree
don't
with
like-
that.
You know what my biggest red flag is?
Yo.
Can I make the same dish taste the same for cheaper?
Yeah, I mean that's also a very good point. Like, I think when it
That's why I
comes to
don't like
any
Bob
restaurant,
Evans.
you should always look and go, okay, can I make this? Because if you can make this, you don't have any reason to be there. But
Unless you're very tired. that
unless you're
makes
extremely tired, in which case, hey, go
No,
out.
you go
But like,
I went first
when it
last
comes
time.
to
Get in here.
restaurants,
You take care of that troublesome
um,
Tasmanian tiger.
the
Well, it's just a
larger
thing, see?
He's kind of
the larger a menu,
good.
the better a chance that the menu fucking sucks.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Lizards.
It's not
Better
even.
than master of one.
boss.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like the problem
Hey,
with
you
like that
know,
is like at a
I
certain
was,
point, especially
thinking,
like Cheesecake Factory is the best example.
Instead of trying to stop it, maybe we should.
You okay,
Bears don't
boss?
tempt me.
Come over
Nick, I love
here.
fudge.
Fudge.
Just come over here.
The thing
No,
is,
man, I love fudge.
the thing is about
Now, what's
like-
my name?
the more.
Cash?
No, that's my last name.
Wait, his first name was
You keep
Boss?
getting distracted.
Name?
Oh, I know.
Let him answer.
Oh,
And the answer.
Boss?
No, it's not Boston. That's what's
right.
making. Oh. Or is it?
Hey, only boss around.
okay. Hey, whoa.
First name because your mother hated you.
This is abuse.
Get out of my sight.
Oh my God.
He's not a good guy, Connor.
I've surrounded myself with
But they're-
numbskull imbeciles.
That's his employee.
Maybe I can help. After all,
Listen, workplace
who
abuse
knows
happens all the time.
Tasmanian Tigers better than me?
Who indeed?
Cody just said this is just like the Combs.
Jesus Christ, Cody. We thought we got away, and then Cody dragged us back in.
Who's gonna be on the Who's gonna be on the jury for this guy's trial?
Yeah. So.
Can't be me. I hate birds.
I will say
back.
anytime you go to a restaurant, go to one with a small menu.
I would only count it out for some places though, because like I'll count it out for places that are like Mexican food.
The name's Lenny.
You can
Oh,
do
yeah,
so
that-
much with the same like 5 ingredients with Mexican
Yeah,
food.
Mexican restaurants always have like a gigantic menu.
Yeah.
And you know what? Mexican food from those kind of places always fuck. Nick gets it.
Yeah, I will say like the best example of it is like you know what's a great example of small menus being really good? K-Peppers.
That's true.
That menu not big at all, but you know what? Everything there, fucking delicious.
And I'll say it really depends on if it's a single or even a couple restaurant locations or a chain as well.
Oh, hold on.
I think that makes a big difference.
Got it.
Hi, Karina.
Who?
I missed you. I'm playing Genshin. I'm talking to my best girl.
Nerd.
This button opens the
I
door.
missed you. You dramatic ass bitch.
Oh, Ariana,
Follow
we're really
me
in it
and
now.
do as I say.
She has. Listen.
Uh-huh.
This Gilbert Gottfried ass bird. Fuck him.
Why are you purple?
It's because of the rangs I'm holding. They put out a blue color, makes me look purple. Purple. Purple.
Diner with one menu page. Yeah. Listen,
Oh, yeah.
finding a good diner always hits.
Absolutely, it's great. I had one diner I used to go to and it closed down and it was so fucking good and I miss it every day. Well,
My local diner's good. It's so expensive.
yeah, that's still an issue.
Everything's expensive.
Weird. Wonder what caused that.
Yeah. Oh man, how could that have happened?
Don't you guys hear? The tariffs are going down to only 30%
Oh,
for the next 90 days.
fucking.
And in 90 more, yeah. But he also
God.
like they got.
He must be a genius, you know.
Oh.
You know, it's Must be some kind of a master plan. Tariffs, take away tariffs. Tariffs, take away tariffs. Must be an absolute economic genius. Yeah, I know, right?
Jump to the other side! Jump to the other side!
Get up on the Hydra's back.
What was that?
Just jump to the other side. It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Get up on the Hydra's back.
They just canceled one of those games.
Will never play Kingdom Hearts.
Did they cancel a Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, they were making one and they
Thank God.
it.
You could not pay me enough money to play Kingdom Hearts on stream.
Do as I say.
Hey Nick, I don't know enough about where you live. How far is the next town over? Because it could be anything from like a few minutes to an hour.
It's in the next finger.
Sorry, was I supposed to laugh at that?
Yeah, he's in Michigan and it's shaped like a nick.
Shut up.
I know what the joke was. I was just letting Adam sit in it.
God damn you.
Jupiter
is 25 minutes. Yeah, it's a hike.
That's not bad. Listen, from where I'm from in West Virginia, 25 minutes took me to the shopping mall. That ain't nothing.
25 minutes almost gets me to work.
Fuck.
Well, I'll drive an hour to from where I live to major
Why
cities.
are they making another Kingdom Hearts game?
They weren't. They canceled it.
No, they're making a fourth main game.
That's because there's still fans and they can milk it. Listen, I may not enjoy it, but I'm happy for the people who do.
I think they should get a hobby.
I have a hobby. I have a hobby. It's called waiting for the next Kingdom Hearts game.
I think you should get a life. I'm sorry.
I was actually pretty disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I waited so long for that.
Good! Good! You should have been! It was...
Wow, fuck you!
It was a... Adam, it was a glorified Disney advertisement in a video game form.
I'm sending this in
They fucking crammed every single thing Disney owned into that game to try and advertise for it as much as goddamn possible. You should be disappointed. That is my main complaint with all Kingdom Hearts games. They have become Disney advertisements. Why are you playing this game?
You know it was made with Disney from like, day one, right?
Yes, I know.
All right, and point.
Yes, and they have been Disney advertisements since day one.
I'm waiting for you to give me a reason not to play Kingdom Hearts.
Because there are better games to play.
Hey, consider. I'm gonna play what I like. You can go fuck yourself.
I'm with Adam on this one. Sorry, Connor.
The games suck.
You don't. Hey.
Connor, you also think Final Fantasy XIV, which is an award-winning game, sucks.
No, I think it's. I think I don't like it. I don't say it sucks.
Hey, Connor. Guess what? You don't have to play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Cody.
I'll kick your ass, Cody.
Connor, come on. Don't be so hard.
I know. I read the comment.
Connor, don't talk to me.
I was reading
like...
it out loud.
Connor, don't talk to me like I'm some kind of nobody.
Keep it up.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fucking Zort you, okay?
Oh no, I'm gonna get Norted.
I'm gonna Nort you.
Today's stream is sponsored by NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Oh,
Maybe if they had.
On that note,
Honestly, if they had NordVPN in Kingdom Hearts, we probably wouldn't have had this many Kingdom Hearts games.
God, yes. Are you kidding me?
We would have kept them all safe.
How many? So, remind me. Actually, no, don't even remind me. Just tell me, because anytime someone tells me the plot to these games, it goes in one ear out the other.
My brother in Christ, I can't tell you.
Yo, I love this game. I don't know what the fuck's going on, Chief. God damn it. Yeah. So is Nort still?
Follow
still like the bad guy, or is it someone else?
Answer unclear.
Oh, fuck's sake. That's my see. That's so to give you a genuine answer. That's the real big problem I have with it. I mean, yes, I also don't like the whole Disney cramming everything in there because I don't like Disney. But the fact that the story is so confusing and unnecessarily so is
the
like
word you're looking for is convoluted.
Yeah, convoluted. That's the better word. Like, it's a convoluted story, and there's no good reason to be this convoluted. You know? Like, you're not telling a cerebral story. You've just snorted a line of crack, and then you've gone ahead and shoved anything and everything in there as much as you could.
Well, the other problem is there may be more to it. I'm just stupid, and also I don't have a great memory.
Adam, I will say give yourself a little bit more credit than that.
I guess you could say that I have a problem with my chain of memories.
I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass. I don't care how much bigger than me you are. I will kick your ass.
Hey, Connor. How do you recognize all these Kingdom Hearts references?
Because I'm aware of the game. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Chain of Memories Deluxe. Thank you very much. Okay. Or whatever the fuck that name that game was. What was that?
It wasn't a game with that name that
okay, so what was the game that was 1.5 then?
That was a like a compilation of multiple Kingdom Hearts games.
Oh, it was a compilation. Oh, okay. How many games needed to be between 1 and 2 that there needed to be a compilation?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You see the problem here.
Listen, I never said that they were like the best games in the world. I just said I enjoyed them.
You're okay. That's fair. As long as you're not looking me dead in the eyes and going, "These are good games," that's fine. You can like it and not be good.
They're enjoyable to play games, and I like them, but they're not. They're like if someone was like, "Hey, I want a game made by Square Enix that like is good and makes sense," I would be giving them The World Ends With You.
Yeah, I'd be giving them anything else.
I would say, go play The World Ends With You.
And,
one of my favorite games
and enjoy your time.
Yeah, and then go play the sequel that it got 14 years later because never stopped believing. Yeah.
14
The World Ends
years.
With You. Yeah. 14 years later, and it was a rare case of the sequel was fantastic and it was worth the wait.
Yeah. Unlike Duke Nukem. Oh, what did I make for dinner? I made a mistake. I explained it at the beginning of the stream. I'll explain it again. It was bacon and egg soup. The recipe was chop up bacon into cubes, take said bacon, cook it, and then take the bacon out and then pour chicken broth into the bacon grease. And then you add Parmesan, including the rind, and they're calling it soup.
Hey, you know what the other problem with Parmesan is? Parmesan doesn't really melt that well.
It doesn't! And it didn't!
It's not like a melty cheese. That's like a crumbly, like, sprinkle it on top kind of cheese.
Yes, that's exactly the problem. And guess what? When I took that cheese and I put it into the soup, it did nothing.
Yeah, because it's not going to.
Exactly! And yet this fucking Midwestern housewife made the biggest mistake in the world and called it a recipe.
Now, would you ever challenge yourself to make that but real?
Make it better? You mean?
Yeah, like actually make like bacon and egg soup and like make it good.
Yeah, I would make it a potato-based soup and then I would make it better.
Ron, am I allowed to make a mean comment towards you?
If you're gonna insult my cooking, we're gonna have a problem.
No, I'm not insulting your cooking.
Okay, that's fine.
You mentioned Midwest women making mistakes like that.
Oh, you mean like Becca dating me?
One. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Listen. She loves it.
No, she isn't.
No, she doesn't. No actual interest in Becca, but I have to.
She's
keep
got
the
2
bit
cats
out
with me.
there.
She loves me very much. Thank you very much.
You know what? She's not gonna get the cats in the breakup.
Fuck no. She definitely won't get Rave. Maybe Bean, but not Rave.
So,
It sounds
I
like
can't steal her
sounds like a
since
Dylan Hollis recipe. Here's the
it
thing.
does sound like a Dylan Hollis
It does,
recipe.
but like I'll say this: like some of the recipes Dylan Hollis covers are good, and they're actually
I've like saved a few that I want to make.
yeah, like there's
I want to try
think
the recipes that fruit cooks.
there's one there's one where I think it's a recipe for like chocolate cake that uses mayo, and like
Yeah, which makes sense because
it does.
Mayo.
It's an emulsification of oil and egg. So the idea is simple, and like it's very smart.
Terrible. Boss Cass has stolen all the water.
Well, that's no good.
Indeed. I think these levers could reverse the flow.
You
and fill
made
the
us a
lake
cake
again.
that uses mayo?
It was dark chocolate though.
We're all
Oh,
counting on
maybe
you,
you did.
Ty.
Hey, no worries.
Also, as a quick side note, Jolly Tolly and I last night for about 40 minutes played Repo.
Yeah.
Connor, you're gonna have so much fun in the museum.
Yes.
Because fun fact, some of the items to get them, you have to parkour to get them.
Yes. I'm decent at parkour.
Here you are.
What?
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about that. I will say this though, because the beta is before any of his like updated comments and stuff, it does still have overcharge. So it sucks because you'll be trying to like, oh I don't know, destroy a gnome. And you gotta be careful you don't destroy too many too quickly and it'll go.
Overcharge.
It means that if you hold onto a monster for too long, you'll blow up.
Oh.
They are getting rid of that for the first 10 levels once the actual game patch comes out. Level 10, that's when it comes
Me before breaking my neck, I'm decent at parkour. And that's how Bears died.
Me
You're
before.
a slim guy. You could
the
probably figure it
accident.
out next.
I don't need to parkour. I'll just like push my way through whatever's in front of me.
But like Godzilla just mowing his way through a city.
Princess Orchid is inside.
Yeah. With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, he pulls the spinning high-tension wires down.
I mean, if you put Adam and I on top
no!
of each other, like height-wise, we would be Godzilla. Height
There
and
goes
weight-wise.
Tokyo! Go Godzilla!
Godzilla.
Woo!
When is the last time, other than just now, that you've thought about Blue Oyster Cult?
A few days ago, I listened to "Don't Feel the Reaper."
Great
Good
song.
song.
It's one of my favorite songs. Also, the acapella version that Ted's band did in Scrubs, also pretty decent.
Yes,
I really
it is.
enjoy Burning for You.
Oh, Burning for You is also a
I
fun
love
one.
Scrubs. I watched Scrubs way too many times.
I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it all the way through twice, and the last season doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. I think I've watched it all the way through 4 times, and 2 of those with the last season that doesn't exist.
Yeah, Bears, how did you get that actual footage of me in a Walmart?
Hey now, not all of the door greeters are racist, just most of them.
Just most of them.
Because they're old people that they hire for the tax write-offs.
Yeah.
Me when I see an old
They're certainly
white
not
person.
useful.
Me when I see an old white person.
Certainly not useful.
Yeah, to shreds, you say.
You've messed with Boss Cass. Now, I'm gonna
Ooh,
mess
the end of this
with
drink
you.
is mostly rum. Oh, help.
So now we know where all the
you did
rum
it, dude.
is.
Pirates of the Caribbean reference, Adam?
Fun fact, I don't even know how many of those movies I've actually seen.
I've only
Most
seen
of what I
two.
know about Pirates of the Caribbean is from Kingdom Hearts.
The more you say things, the more. Never mind.
All right.
Make you upset.
No, because you know what? At the end of the day, I also realize that it goes back to a Disney franchise, so I don't care.
Connor's gonna kill me before I even get to playing Campaign 3.
I might.
Connor's a pussy who doesn't enjoy fun.
We don't. Okay.
I know, I'm just being a bitch.
I don't like giving money to Disney because it's a fucking soulless husk of a company that used to make fun. That's why I don't like them.
Oh, that reminds me.
That
Connor,
reminds me.
especially,
Yeah, what's up?
you can go bust at him because I'm gonna try to derail this conversation unintentionally.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was
my
gonna say,
face!
speaking of Disney not liking fun anymore, I'm really mad about the new Lilo and Stitch movie because Pleakley isn't in drag.
Yeah, I
No, it's
know.
not. And you know what makes it worse? The director tried to do it and got
Yeah,
turned
I know.
They got turned down, and you know exactly why they got turned down.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, at some point, Connor, I think you should watch the film theory video they posted today about AI.
About AI? I'm sure it's fascinating and a pretty good take on it. I mean,
It's a very nuanced take because, for reference, film theory is now ran by a guy named Lee.
Yeah.
I like Lee. He's funny, big man, great voice.
yeah, I've seen him on
Which is relevant.
Sorted Food.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. But for example, you've heard his voice when he talks.
Yeah.
He has what I would call a very, like, professional recording film podcast voice.
Yeah.
And when he was talking about AI and, like, the start of it, he's like, he used to get accused of having an AI voice.
Yeah. That happens a lot, folks.
Jump in here.
But to TLDR, they talk about how, for one, the game theorist family of channels will never use generative AI for their content. And if they ever accidentally get assets that are AI, which apparently did happen a couple weeks ago by accident, they will remove it. They have no intention to have it. In fact, they have 3 people check the videos for quality, and one of the quality checks is to make sure
Artificial
nothing
intelligence,
asset-wise in it is AI.
Yeah, it's just as of now, I would consider just a good practice for most companies to at least I shouldn't say just companies. Companies and groups, since that is a more common thing out there now, like content creator groups. Which I hate the name content creator, by the way. I hate it because, like, just say what you're making. Like, you make videos or you make art, you know. But like, content creator sounds so dry and like clinical.
Hey guys, we're content creators here.
I'll kick your ass.
Please?
Unfortunately,
What?
we are.
Excuse you?
Wait a minute. That's not what I meant to say. Hey guys, I think I just had a Freudian slip live
I
on
think
stream.
you did. Yeah, no, it's. I hate that term, content creators. Like, we make videos, we live stream, we entertain. I'm an entertainer. Like, if you'd ask me what I do here.
You're supposed to be entertaining.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Kicking a
sorry.
man when he's down. I see.
It came out so quickly. I'm so sorry.
God, pretty different from you, I guess, huh?
Hey, yo. That's fair. I didn't come out until like 20.
Yeah.
But to kind of
No, it's just.
circle back.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, so far from what I'm hearing, what they have decided on as their stance towards it is pretty agreeable.
Well, and like the thing they mention a lot, they're like, yeah, we use stock images because we can't always go out and take a picture of like a field
location
or something to that effect.
Yep.
But like, it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference between AI and real photos
Yes, it is.
because of the progress of them.
Yeah. So there's So actually, I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit. So I was talking about this with an artist, a fairly popular one on Blue Sky, where basically I think she I'll say they just because I'm not 100% about their pronouns and I don't want to offend too badly, I guess. They pointed out to me that I had someone on the block list I curate who they were kind of confused by, so they reached out to them directly because I think they knew them. And they were confused about the AI like being put on the list, and I showed them what I found that put them there, and it was in retrospect, it was definitely something that they thought was a stock image, and they went, "Oh, this is fine," and they used it. But I will not say I am an expert at finding AI generated content and spotting it, but I am very good compared to other people. I took one look at that background image they had and went, that's not right. And that's what got them on the list. But like, it turns out that no, it was just, they likely just used a stock image and it was a mix up. But like, I can see why Game Theory would have to make a statement about it, because it is a more pressing issue nowadays.
Well, to be specific, it came from Film Theory, which is makes sense considering they will probably have to deal with it more than Game Theory will.
Yes, absolutely.
But this is universal across all 4 channels, Leash just the one who did the video.
Yeah, well, it's also most relevant. It's somewhat more relevant to film than it is to games and other things. So I can understand the mentality.
But they talked about like, yeah, there's times we're gonna miss. And in fact, he was like, yeah, I noticed this sometime within the last 3 years. On one of our channels, there was an indie project that we covered that was highly requested, and now looking back on it, without saying what it is because I don't want to out them, absolutely AI. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have a couple theories on what it could be, but I won't dig into it. Because if I had to guess, it was probably the Walton files.
Maybe.
But regardless, and they're like, yeah, so, and then you of course got major films that are now allowed to have AI to be nominated for the Oscars. They can have AI, which is wild. In fact, a guy who won in this last year for Best Actor Award, his voice was fucking AI generated for the Hungarian portion.
Welcome to
No!
By the way, whenever
Did you
you
forget
see
about this,
one of
Connor?
these signs, I won't be far away.
Oh my
I
god!
heard that if you press
No,
the
so
action
I
button,
assumed
you
it
can
was
talk to me,
just
whatever
that
means.
you
Okay, now
would
let's get down to brass tacks. If
you would
you're gonna
lose
be
progress.
out
I didn't realize it put you all the way to the back
then
to the beginning.
you'll need another boomerang. And
Maybe
I
you should play a
know
different
just
game for
the
this
place
half
to
hour
find
and
one.
come back
Maybe.
to Ty next week.
Maybe.
Because
I'm not gonna replay it like that. Give me a
I have
second.
a different game to play for a half hour.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, that's bad.
But-
I didn't realize hardcore mode was going to be that fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Didn't you find that out last time we played too?
Well, the thing is that
Yes.
the assumption was that it was just that it didn't save. I didn't realize it kicked you all the way back to the beginning.
That's what I thought it did.
I just assumed it didn't save.
Fair enough.
You die in hardcore mode, you die in real life.
Damn.
Yeah, Connor.
I get shot.
But no, to continue on, they were like, yeah. So because there's so many popular things anymore that use AI, and like we try to meet people's requests, especially if it's heavily requested, like, oh, I don't know, FNAF was, which even though FNAF's not AI, it was just a good example. Like it would be a hindrance to us to not make videos of it. But every time we do, we are going to spotlight human creators.
You know what, Cody? You might be right, but also, no.
No, Cody's usually right. Is the
Shut
problem.
up. Sorry, that was mean. Yeah, no, I
I'm
mean,
mean to you all the time. You're fine.
I don't like potentially offending or being mean to people.
That's not true.
You don't count.
right, fuck you.
Connor doesn't want to be mean to me because I'm probably in a
Adam, I was honest to God, I was about to go, you don't count as people. And like, I stopped because my brain was like, that might be crossing a line.
That would have been crossing a line. That's mean.
Wow. Guys, I just got othered on stream.
Oh no. No,
It's okay, Adam. I still like you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That makes one I'm sorry. I'll stop.
All right. Fuck
What
you.
the fuck is wrong with you?
God damn it. Hold on.
We're being
3,
mean to him.
2, 1. He's not back yet. Okay, anyways.
Adam, come back.
You can blame it all
You can blame
on
it
me.
all on Connor.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
Look, I only make fun of people I like.
Hey.
I only came back for Jess.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
What the fuck?
You were being mean to me. What do you mean?
I have told you I only make fun of people I like.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean, uh-huh?
No, I think Adam just likes me better than you.
Why don't you get married then?
We already are.
We are. We've had the lavender marriage.
You were there for all of our weddings in Repo.
I was.
Yeah, and Jill's the officiant.
Actually, I wasn't dead, and I was far away from you guys when that happened, so I wasn't, actually. Like, honest to God.
Like, we've got married like 3 different times.
You guys do that.
I know.
Yeah, you
I
missed
tried to get married last night to Collie.
You know, see, if I read that part, maybe, okay, you know what? I think that's on me. I should have read that part.
Yeah, Connor, you missed the part where they said YOLO.
Do you think there's a genre of hidden object search and spot the difference books? Do you think the future is going to be spot the AI books featuring Voices of the Coast cover art? You know what? Maybe. Tai 2 is honestly one of my favorites as well, just because you had the you had a little bit more control over your rangs, and you had more variety for rangs, so it was just more fun.
Hold on, Ty. I know a shortcut.
Hey, Connor.
Yo.
30 minutes. Me, you, Adam, we go.
Speak of the Tasmanian General.
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Pussy.
I thought you said
I still have to make a map.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, you gotta do combat.
Sorry. I take it seriously.
Time, mate.
I know.
You took your time.
Both Tai 2 and Tai 3 are free roam, but the mood of Tai 3 changed pretty badly, and it was not as enjoyable.
What are their mates?
Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Oh, Julius is a science. Hold on. That's not a science fact. That's a tip. Hold on. Screen.
You guys doing combat on Saturday?
Yup.
Hold up at the old barracks.
The Royal Week.
Devil.
There's a shocker out there.
Spoiler alerts.
Northern River.
Sly, the guy I was fighting before I died, he becomes an ally.
It'll take us up to the old barracks.
All right.
Okay, let's
He's
go.
the shadow of this series.
Yes. Oh. To be honest with you, I could consider kind of skipping past the rest of Tai 1 and just going on to this one, because I enjoyed this one a lot more.
So go. What's stopping you?
You're right. We're skipping past Tai 1 and we're moving on to this one.
I will hold you to eventually going back to Spyro.
Oh no, that's absolutely gonna happen. I will move back to Spyro at some point. It's just I couldn't make myself do just one game the entire time, and like if I did that with say like Spyro, I'd lose my mind. Also, Bears, how's our balance sound between me and the game?
You better keep moving, Ty.
Better keep moving, Ty. Sounds good to me. Okay,
The
cool.
graphics are already vastly different.
Significantly better. So Tai 1 was early PS, PlayStation, GameCube, Xbox era. This was later towards like middle of that era. So graphics are better, voice acting was better, gameplay better. It was an all-around improvement.
Look out, cannon eddies.
Let
Granted-
me at him.
Granted, the voice acting still sounds a little canned at times, but like it's not bad. Yeah, tie 3. If we ever get to tie 3, because honestly, that's the one game I
Not too far to the old barracks
am
now.
the most apprehensive to play. Tie 3 looks the best, though. There's just something about the game that, like, I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me the same. Possibly it's because I never actually played through all of it, because it didn't pique my interest as a child.
Possum, we have to get to the other side of the bridge.
See that battle bunyip? Maybe you can use it to clear the debris blocking the path.
Yeah, so you recall how I mentioned that weird bunyip mode that appeared for like one level and tie 1 would never appear again?
No.
That's fair. I mentioned it once.
Not even a word?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's so insignificant because it really does only appear once. Like, it never shows up in any other game. It gets replaced with mechs in this game.
Like Gundam mechs?
No, but mechs are cool, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, you said Gundam mechs. You're not wrong.
Not to be confused with Gundam X, which is one of the Gundam series.
No. Gundam mechs.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Bought my brother a Gundam X model.
A Gundam mech model?
I bought my brother many a Gundam, so.
I Listen,
I
can't have the Gundam and the Monster High Dog collection out. So, no.
Well, recently, my brother's been in Lego's land, so.
We have to keep moving.
Oh, he went to Legoland.
Damn!
No, I wish. I don't live that far from a Lego store. It's like an hour-ish drive.
What's the most expensive Lego set you guys have bought?
Fuck, I know. It's probably a Bionicle, actually.
I think
That's
I
it?
spent like 250 on my brother once.
I own the Lego Titanic.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you spent a long time.
Yeah, it was like $700. But
So-
If anyone ever loves me, and I mean truly loves me, they would buy me the Natural History Museum.
Kate was a typewriter.
Oh, my brother has the typewriter. Yeah, no, I love the
typewriter.
Lego Titanic. She's beautiful, and I love her.
So, yeah, I honestly, the answer really is gonna be for me. It would be, yeah, probably some Bionicle. I can't remember which one. Just because like I like Bionicles more. And when I was younger, I slowly started actually like, like homogenizing my Bionicles and making them even more like fucked up the more I owned them.
Uh-huh.
So like,
Did you set any of them on fire and dump them?
no, but I did combine it was like a 4-legged spider a Bionicle with a regular bipedal Bionicle to make like some kind of a centaur monster.
You, mate. Don't worry about me. There's a battle mortar in the old barracks. It's the only thing that can defend the ground from...
Oh hey, you missed quite a bit. I died, I lost all my progress, and we're playing a different game now.
Oh god.
Yeah, it turns out I didn't read the very clear notification that says if you die, you lose all your progress, and played hardcore mode.
We talked about that previously.
No, you talked about it previously in the sense that it happened, and I assumed it was just that I lost my progress. With that said, that's still on me. And anyways, I kind of like this one more. This is the sequel to Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, and it's an excellent game.
Yeah, Connor died so hard he got sent to the next game in the franchise.
I got kicked into the sequel. But yeah, this was always my favorite Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I liked the first, second was better.
That's how I feel about Kingdom Hearts.
All right. Next person to bring in Kingdom Hearts dies.
Promise?
Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, Kingdom
All right,
Hearts.
I'm gonna kill Darius.
Okay.
That was a joke.
You did once already.
Again? I was gonna say, again?
Yeah, that's true.
I'll fucking do it again.
Like, she already
Okay.
died.
I guess I'll sit out for the rest of the campaign. Bye, guys.
No, get back over here. You don't get. Why are you running?
Hey guys, it's me, Darius 2. How do you imagine
Your
if
voice-
you just, like...
Darius, your balls dropped.
Yeah, this is me, Darius, post-puberty. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
I'll be honest, Kate. I miss Bionicles.
Have you seen that YouTube channel that builds takes the older Lego sets and makes them like cool versions?
No.
No, I watch a guy named Alex who works at Legoland Discovery, and his entire job is to build really cool Lego builds. And I'm pretty sure if he played Minecraft, he would be a redstone maniac.
I honestly just miss Bionicles. Bionicles were so good. Like Legos are fine, but Bionicles were cooler. You know?
I also miss Bionicle. I was a Bionicle child.
Yeah. We call ourselves Bionicle Boys.
Move along.
Bionicle boys.
I know you do. That's actually where I found out about that song. The Bionicle commercial.
Move along. You're thinking of the exact same trailer for the Bionicles movie that I'm thinking of, aren't you?
Oh, was it for the movie? I thought it was for one of their lines.
No, it was for the movie.
I had at least one of the Bionicle movies. I also had a Bionicle Game Boy Advance game that was impossible to defeat.
There was I rented, and I know I rented it, the Bionicles GameCube game, and it was
Taking care of those demon fluffies.
it wasn't hard, but like I was a dumb child, so I didn't beat it.
That weird era.
Oh hey, someone's made Rule 34 of her.
Shivers.
Probably. Hey, remember that weird era of games where like the game was different depending on what console it was on?
Yes.
It's been a diversion.
Oh,
or a
absolutely.
jailbreak.
Not if I can help it.
That's actually how
I'll
I
take
played
care
my
of it,
first
Shaz.
Sims game, because I had Sims 2 for the GameCube before I had it for PC.
Oh, vastly different game.
Absolutely.
Entirely. But that is where I learned about Paramore.
Well, the little orange rat.
Oh yeah, someone's definitely drawn Rule 34 of you.
I know what you're up to, and you're not gonna get away with it.
Yeah, I that was my first time listening to a Paramore song, because there was a Simlish version of Pressure in the GameCube, and like the console versions.
That is a statement I did not expect to hear just now.
Yeah.
A Simlish version of Pressure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There are some
I think My Chemical Romance also did music for The Sims. Or was it Fall
Again,
Out Boy?
another statement I did not expect to hear.
What is My Chemical Romance?
There, especially with The Sims 2 and 3, there's at least a Simlish version of at least one fun song.
What?
I think it's is it Some Nights? I think it's Some Nights.
Some nights I stay
I think that's Sims 3.
Is it 3? I know it's 2 or 3. But like I'm saying 2 and 3
Some
is like
nights
where it was like really like there was like a whole Katy Perry collection.
Yes, Katy Perry Sweet Treats.
Yep.
Fun fact, my Sims 3. My like early pop pop music playlist on my Spotify profile is called Katy Perry Sweet Treats. And it's got a
nights I
picture
would stay
of the
just
album
fall
cover.
off. Can I say, Some Nights by Fun isn't my favorite fun song.
You and who's
It is.
What's your favorite
I
song?
need an
All the Pretty Girls.
I think you're going.
All the pretty girls on a Saturday night.
That just made me think of Pretty Girls by Britney Spears.
My favorite thing, my favorite fun fact is
Fun fact.
is the fact that like
My favorite fun, period, fact.
well kind of. It is about it the reason that fun even like had a hit is because of Glee.
Oh, that makes me sad.
So, We Are Young.
Yeah.
They sang it on Glee in the third season? Second season? Third season, because it happens right third season. And like the song had not been really popular or anything like that, and then it immediately like shot up, and then it got used in a car commercial for like trucks. I don't remember which, like Ford trucks maybe. I don't remember. And then like that, it was like a Super Bowl commercial, I think. Not 100% sure. Not like, don't quote me on that. But it was like literally like to the point where Fun like made. I remember this because this was like when I was like hardcore into Glee.
It was the 2012 Chevy Sonic.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was gonna say the idea of someone going, "Do you want to drive the Ford 2015 tonight?" It's just
Chevy Sonic,
what a dichotomy.
Yeah, the complete polar opposite of a pickup truck.
Yeah, I can't remember. You have to understand. I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Not if I
But
can
like,
help it.
I've gotten into like, but I remember this very clearly because this is when I was like in my like, I dropped off almost immediately after this. This is the 3-season finale. It upset me so much that I like stopped watching the show, and I've never done that before. But I remember very specifically, like in thanks for like the song being on Glee and it like gaining popularity, they like made a cake that was just like the colors of Glee, and, like done in like the Glee style, like how it was like bright colors and just like a word on like a very bright. It was like a very bright blue. I remember this, and people I have gotten in fights with people. They're like, "No, it wasn't from that." I'm like, "Yes, it was." And then I watched.
Can you turn on subtitles on the game?
I'm trying to do it. I really am. Like I paused midway to try and do it. I don't know if it's possible.
I watched a video about specifically Glee.
It's a state-of-the-art facility with an observation tower, research lab, airstrip, and advanced headquarters.
So the funner fact about that is, Fun is basically two people. Fun is the singer Nate Ruess, and then Jack Antonoff.
Good on ya, mate.
And I don't know if you know this, but Jack Antonoff now is just basically he has his own band called Bleachers, but he's also just a producer.
Bleachers?
Yeah,
I like that band.
That's Jack Antonoff.
Yeah.
But you're gonna hate this part. He is also a producer, and his like main. Not like he doesn't only produce for this person, but like his like
you mean it's an immunity community?
Is in fact Taylor Swift.
Kill him.
Diplomatic.
He produced notably he did some stuff in 1989, but like with Reputation is where he started producing.
Are above the law as long as
and it has been like her main like songwriting partner, like producer since then, basically. He's won Grammys. He's won Producer of the Year at the Grammys and shit.
There it is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that we didn't have subtitles, guys. I really am sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, they're on. They're on. They exist now. I apologize.
But yeah, I think it's such a interesting like through line of
fun fact.
Yeah, it is a fun fact for me because I think it's funny. It's like a Domino's thing.
Can I turn on?
But Bleachers is a good band.
Boomerang.
No one, Connor.
I'm very happy because my favorite band, Pup, just released a new album a couple weeks ago, and it is full of bangers. Like their last album that came out a few years ago had some good ones, and I was like, all right, there's some good ones. But no, basically, except for like one or two, I added every song from their that new album to my playlist.
So I'm one of those freaks when it comes to. Oh, hold on. They wanted to show off how much the game has improved. They have physics now, guys. Look, there's physics. The cloth moves when you walk into it. Sorry. I'm one of those freaks when it comes to like a music where I honestly couldn't tell you of the last band that I was a dedicated listener only to their music, and like I knew all their songs. No, I definitely wasn't a Hatsune Miku like diehard, but like because like
change that.
I'm one of the people who will I have a collection of literally I think my playlist is at 2,500 songs right now, of
you're
just
a person who likes music, but you don't necessarily like a particular artist.
That's exactly it.
The Crane Wives, one of the songs is in my David playlist.
Oh,
Sorry,
Becca likes the Crane Wives. I have a song by them in my playlist now.
Wait, what did you say, Jess?
I said there's a Crane Wives song in my David playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear the full thing that you said.
Oh, okay.
Let's look at what's in my, how many are my
Typical man, never listening to a woman.
No, I wanted, no, actually, it was because...
Oh.
Alright, Jill's not here. Leave me the fuck alone.
My favorite only has my favorites playlist, which is where I like if I like a song, I'll like just dump it into a playlist. Is 272, which is not a lot.
Crikey,
it's 17 hours of music, but
what are you doing?
But you guys like
look like
my
I'm
thing
working,
is it's hard
mate.
for me to like
Not always
nowadays.
it's bad, you know.
Fair
like
enough.
newer artists or whatever, I'm like it's
Mate,
hard
over
for me,
there's
especially
Keith.
since like I don't use social media anymore.
I'm the cook.
Like I have to like go off
Keith.
of people's like
Although we sometimes
recommendations.
swap jobs. Either way,
like the last
I'm
like
usually
full
up to
album
me
that I
elbows in
became like
grease.
obsessed with, which is what happens to me. I become obsessed
I
with
also
albums.
take care of the bush
is,
rescue training program.
Probably XCX's
If you
Brat,
want to scrub up on your
Yes.
rescue
which
skills,
is Brat
just
is really
meet me
good.
over
Like,
at
Brat
that
is
sign.
insanely good. It's so fun and it's so like if you actually listen to the lyrics, it's so weird to think about because like it is very party music, but the actual lyrics of some of the songs are like so like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mate.
Like not what the fuck is wrong with you, but like
How
oh my god,
why
like,
how are you saying this in a song?
I guess the apple
Like-
don't fall
like-
far from the tree.
there's like oh my god, well Apple's like her relationship about her relationship with her parents, right? And then it is. There's Sympathy is a Knife, which people think is about, again, Taylor Swift, which makes sense for some of the lyrics if you know, like, stuff, but it's, like, at the same time, it's just like, oh, okay, and then she, like, talks about, there's, like, a whole song where she talks about, like, I just want to go back in time, I just want to go back to, like, when things are easier, like,
God, mood, real.
God.
I love Brat. Brat's so good. Ugh.
Can I admit to something? And hopefully not be judged?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Brat.
reaction from Becca.
I don't know anything about Brat, nor have I listened to anything about Brat. I honestly don't know what it is.
It
No,
is.
that tracks for
that
you.
makes sense for
What?
you.
Hey yo?
Don't worry about it.
No. It's okay.
Racist.
It is. No.
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 Very,
You are
and very
the longest.
distinctively white.
Did you accuse a woman of color of being racist towards you?
It was the funniest comment I could make at that moment in time, so yes.
No. The reason I say that's not surprising because it's really just not your thing, and that's totally fair. Like Brat, like it is very much. It's so weird because Charlie XCX, which she has been around for like 10-15 years at this point, but like she was kind of always there, but like not really like breaking through with anything, and Brat was kind of like her big breakthrough moment. And it's like very much someone in her 30s, I think, kind of not clinging to party, but like trying to like the music is very like 90s, not 90s club, but it's like hyper pop. It's a lot of like it's very like it's dance music. Like she won a bunch of Grammys for it, which is really funny because she has a song about wanting to like, because she hadn't won any Grammys before. She has a song about really wanting to be like do a whole performance at the Grammys about being like just trash the Grammys, and then she won a bunch of Grammys.
I think, in fairness, I think everybody should trash the Grammys.
Oh, I agree. But I just think it's the irony of it is, and I should perform it at this. But like, I don't
But
know.
also, has she really been on this scene for that long now?
She's been around since 2012. Let me see. When did Boom Clap come out? Hold on.
Well, was Boom Clap before or after I Love It with Iconopop?
Maybe. Okay, hold on. So Boom Clap is from 2014.
Rings.
G'day, son.
And then
Glad you can make it into
I
me shop.
Love It.
I've got some Butte boomerangs for sale today.
That song is
Choose carefully
from
though. We have
2012.
Hold on,
2012.
wait. I didn't
Sorry,
realize. I didn't realize this existed in this game. There's a camera ring for taking selfies.
Hey.
I didn't know that
There's a photo
actually.
mode. There's a photo mode.
Yeah.
Bye, son.
You were right, it was 2012.
But yes, this.
Yeah.
So this.
Let me know. if
This
you
right
need a
here
hand,
is. These
okay?
are Ty's parents that you rescue at the end of Ty 1.
Oh, and you run a camera shop?
They run a boomerang shop, and you just happen to be able to buy a boomerang that takes pictures there.
Why is his mom that horrible mustard color?
Well, I need to point out Ty is also a pretty horrible mustard color.
Yeah, no, he's not. That's not a pretty color.
He's at least kind of like orangey to save it. She's like French's spicy brown.
A vast majority, I'll put it this way, a vast majority of Tasmanian tigers are a...
Dead.
Well, yeah. They're a shade of yellow or orange, or in the case of Sly, peach.
Why is my brother sending the video? Hold on. Oh, hey. When we're done, I need to show you guys the video. My niece, they sent me my niece.
Yeah, sure.
This is very funny.
I'm just living that life on Dutch.
Yeah, I'm Bears. I'm nearly 100% confident that is new for a Steam for the Steam release.
What, his parents?
No, the camera rang.
All right, I was gonna say, oh my god, he didn't have parents before.
His parents!
I think I just found my parents.
Oh my god, they're new.
Mom? Dad?
Yo, guys, I just downloaded the Parents DLC. Oh god.
DLC download failed, only got half the parents.
Yo, it's me.
Dad missing.
Actually, hold on, I'm gonna put it in see at the show.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's so funny.
Hey guys.
Yo,
so I have 2 bank accounts. One of them is my bank account back home, and the only reason I still have it is because that's who my car loan is. Right?
Yeah.
The one back home is also the one that I've been using with all my previous jobs. I just opened a new one.
Yo.
However, since I'm no longer using my old one, the only money that's going to be on it for the foreseeable future is money I transfer from my car payments. I want you to guess the balance currently before my payday on my former main bank account.
$2.06.
67 cents.
I don't count because I know how much it is.
Yeah, I took a picture. Adam, you are eerily close. It is 49 cents.
Oh, good guess.
Yeah.
We are not we will never talk about CDs on stream ever again. No.
Oh yeah, there's these plastic things that
Stop it.
to have music on them.
Actually, wild concept. CDs are actually glass.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a very thin layer of glass on CDs.
I always assumed they were just plastic.
I only know this because of a Sideshow Tangents podcast about glass.
Hey guys, I'm looking at a new car, and it actually still has
Hello,
a CD player.
I like that little. I like this guy.
Hey, Adam.
Hold on, hey guys, everybody. I want you to listen to how Dennis here talks and tell me if you think he's gay.
Hi there, neighbor.
Sorry,
He's
come
not
on.
gonna talk now.
No, I just
called him gay.
Hold on.
Lovely day, isn't it?
That's
Lovely
him.
day, isn't it? I have a magnificent collection of thunder eggs.
I thought he was wearing. I didn't realize he was wearing. I thought he was wearing a weird hat.
No.
It was like the,
No,
it's
he
just
is. He is wearing a weird hat. He's wearing a sailor cap.
No, I thought it was like the red was. I like.
Oh, you thought that like the red parts were a hat? No, that's just that's his eyeballs. He's a tree frog.
But Adam, you saying you're looking at a new car is like saying water is wet.
G'day, Ty.
Actually, hey, listen, in my defense, it's because the car I have now is a lease, and I want to get out of it now before the market.
Just do what my sister did. Get into a car accident.
No, I don't need to. I have 13 payments left in my lease, and I am somehow only $500 slipped.
Oh.
Yeah, I need you to know something so important. Adam, I have the stream open so I can see Connor's facial reactions. The look he gave the camera when he said, "No, listen."
I'm sorry, Adam.
Why is me doing something a little bit early before the market absolutely tanks?
I mean,
It's not. It's not. Like, cause like, in fairness, I think you're making the smarter decision.
And
it's just
I'm looking at a used car that I would be buying cash.
That's actually that's quite a smart choice. No,
and
it's
6 years old instead of being fairly new, so it should lower my insurance and it will reduce my car tax. I live in a state that has like car property tax.
Yeah, it's it's not necessarily that you're making a bad decision that I reacted like that. It's that you're looking at a car.
It's Adam. And you're because everything about you.
You're a very predictable individual.
So would it be even more surprising if I said it was another Ford?
No.
No, buddy.
Hey, can I make a joke about Fords?
Oh, hey there.
Found on road. Is it fixed or repaired daily?
No, it's found on road dead.
Okay, that was gonna be my next. That was gonna be my next one.
I said this. My mom had a Ford Focus for years.
I've had 5 Ford Fusions and 2 Mustangs.
I do have something in my life.
Can I ask you a question, Adam?
Yeah.
How many cars have you owned?
Well, 5 Fusions, the 2 Mustangs, the 2 Chargers, and the CX-5.
Who was that?
So 10 cars.
Who was that freak? I just spoke to.
Adam, how old are you?
31.
Okay, I have had 4 cars. And I'm 40.
That means you've almost had a new car per year.
I've been driving since 19.
Don't worry about it.
My first car was very cheap, and it was totaled. And most of my cars have been leases.
See, that's fair. Like I have flipped to the leasing side because like I don't do a lot of driving, and let me tell you, the knowledge that I am not necessarily gonna have to worry about most of my maintenance on this car, boy, that is really nice.
Well, yeah, because leases are typically 3 years, and most manufacturer warranties
are 3 years. Therefore, I will pay nothing for a vast majority of my stuff.
You're covered your entire a 36-month lease, 36 months warranty. You're covered the whole lease, bud.
Hold on.
I've had 2 Fords. I had a Thunderbird and an Escort. I've had 2 Versos, and then I've had my current Volkswagen.
Hold on, Kate. I now know how to parallel park?
I don't know.
Did you? What do you mean?
The car I'm looking at.
I don't need to.
You still know how to.
I mean, I can do it if I need to, but I don't. I'm not good at it.
The Fusion that I'm looking at has the parallel park assist, so it'll do it for you.
No, stop. No, you should still know how to do it.
I know how to do it. I'm just saying that the car has it.
I hate parallel parking.
I hate it when cars have features like that.
My first.
Why? You don't have to use it.
I still don't like it.
I failed the test because I failed my lack of parallel parking skills. And the second time I took the test, the guy only gave me he felt bad.
Did I tell you why I failed my parallel parking one?
No. You told us. You told us you failed. You didn't tell us how.
My first attempt on it, which by the way, after this, because of the way this woman acted, I went to a different DMV afterwards.
Still fair. I've heard of people doing that before here too.
It was so much easier at the other one. So
Weird.
I went and took my test. I drove over to the parallel parking area. And I pulled into the spot, and I have a bug. It's not a big car at the time. And she opened her door after I stopped the car. And she said, you're too far from the curb. And I said, okay, let me just adjust. She said, no, you put your car in park. That means you failed.
What a cunt.
I'm like, I put it in park so it wouldn't move. And she went, well, when you put it in park, that's considered a complete attempt. So you don't get to have any of your adjustments.
What a cunt.
Which is stupid.
Like, would you honestly step out of a car knowing that I just have my feet on the brake pedal? And you are a trainer, like you are responsible for watching me complete my test? That's absurd.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because I have common sense. That's stupid.
I would. If I die, I die.
All right, that's different.
Oh, my mom sent me a picture of a double rainbow.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
So intense.
Yeah, yeah. So intense.
I'll send this in the dice functional.
Hold on.
In the photos and bunk.
We're gonna go back over to my parents. Who's Trader? Wait, hold on. I want to see Trader Bob's. Bob?
Where the fuck is she at? Motherfucker, did she go get ice cream? I know this road.
As long as you tried opals. Let me know if you see anything you like.
I can get clothes and pants skins. Oh, I'll gladly buy some pants skins.
Good.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I wouldn't
Thanks.
want my pants made out of skin.
Skin pants.
Leather pants.
Leather pants. There we go. I got
Imagine how we're
this.
supposed to watch you.
G'day, son. Let me know if you need a
And
hand,
we're gonna
okay?
get the smasherang. Actually, let me see. Metal ring. No, I'll get a smasherang because that is more important. Yes.
Hey guys, do you ever get shocked by the kinds of things people make? Like what artists and content people make, and then find out what their day job is?
Oh, okay. I was about to say yes, I've seen what Logan Paul creates, but yeah, go ahead.
The reason I bring this up is there's an artist, and I mentioned this the other day in Paisa, and I mentioned it to Jill, but I want to bring it up here because I think it's so fucking funny. I follow an artist who makes La Luffy art, because I think it's a cute shit. I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks.
I won't say anything.
Which is a One Piece ship, including very explicit art. They do really good anatomy work, by the way.
How far that dick stretch?
That's come up more than once. Listen, when you have a rubber man, you have to take opportunities.
How far? How big that butthole stretch?
Listen.
No!
Anyways, let me see if I can find the exact post they made because I follow them. But yeah, I'm just like enjoying my time looking at their art, and I'm like, yeah, things are going really well for them. They haven't posted in a while, and then I saw them tweet 3 days ago, passed my big girl test, graduated with my doctorate. I did it. It's now Dr. Curry.
Huh. Okay.
Ma'am, you draw porn for money. You're a doctor?
Ma'am, you could make more money drawing porn for money than you could as a doctor. What are you doing?
Yeah, and the other doctors, if you learn to draw furries, the other doctors could be your clients.
Exactly! Yeah. Ma'am, learn to draw furry art. You'll become rich!
It would be part of her Patreon because her art is beautiful.
If I could go back in time, I would go to like right when I turned 18 and be like, don't go to college, learn to draw furry porn. You'll be golden.
Me traveling back in time to talk to my previous self. Look, get into furry porn. You'll thank me later.
You'll understand.
You come back to the future. You like furry porn and you're not actually drawing it.
Damn it! Well, this future's okay, I guess, but not what I wanted.
Suddenly you have new ways to bond with Cody.
Me and Cody are best buddies because we both talk about furries. I will say in fairness, I actually don't have any real issues with furries. What?
No, I've looked at...
What am I
Let me put it this way.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Also, very fun fact, I'm playing Persona, and one of the voices is Matt Mercer. He plays the artist Yusuke.
Yeah, he does. Yusuke.
And then
shit. Love him.
Listen, he just did it. He does say, "How do you want to do this?" at one point. Like when you're in battle, sometimes he'll say that, and it's like really weird. It's like, oh, because he says it in a different way than. He says it in a different way. I'm sorry. He says it in a different way than he says it at the show. So it's just like, it's saying it, but like, it's different.
It's just funny. It's also, you can tell it's Matt Mercer, but it's not his typical voice he uses for things.
We also got Robbie Damon.
We do.
He's fun.
But...
Actually, you know what? No, I take it back. I agree with Bears. If I went back in time, I'd say buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Wasn't Bears, I think that was Cody.
Oh, it was Cody. I apologize. I saw green and I thought Bears. I didn't realize it was the mod symbol. I apologize, Bears.
You'd be like, buy stock in Amazon.
You're gonna apologize for Bears, but not Cody.
Nah, Cody's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, this is the second time you've attributed Bears to the wrong thing. You kept calling Bears Adam on Monday.
Hey there, Ty.
What did you just... Hold on. Everybody stop talking for just a moment. What the fuck did that thing just say?
Yeah. I don't like looking at it.
I don't like that thing.
Yeah, Nick nailed it. That is a creature.
That's something, all right.
Hey, why are your boomerangs made of bacon?
I think it's supposed to be
but what
stone. Or maybe metal.
It looks like bacon.
Yeah.
It looks like the bacon after you
Stop.
put it in the soup.
Stop talking, you little fucking freak! Sorry, Adam, continue. See, it was talking to me again.
It was a joke about your soup.
Yeah, okay, I am not taking any ownership for that fucking monstrosity. Thank you very goddamn much.
To be fair, I said the soup, not your soup.
Yeah, but Jess said Jess said yours.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I don't care.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Technically.
Yeah, no, I don't care if I created, if I cooked it. That is not my creation. It was disgusting. That was revolting. I will never cook that again.
But to really briefly touch back on the joke about furry porn, I need you to understand, and maybe this is because I'm fucked up in the head.
Touching back on furries.
As long as it's by a brief second, as long as it's legal, I will probably look at porn of it at some point.
I see the way
I'm so blasé about it.
Well, the way you've honestly just put it, the way I always put it is I'm just not picky. You know, like I'll yeah, sure, I'm fine with furries. I don't care.
Yeah, if it's a hot man, I don't care if it's like tiger or a dragon.
Yeah, we heard you all heard how we were talking about the dragons in Spyro. Come on.
Oh, Smash. Well,
Smash.
Most of them Smash. Why were so many of them hot though?
Some of them were old. Some of them, and Jill wasn't there with us, so like no, we couldn't make any decisions there. But like some of them are just old.
Yeah, but there are some old men who are hot. Those were just some old men. That was Peepaw.
Meemaw Peepaw?
No, just Peepaw.
But yeah, no, life is short. Look at porn.
Yeah.
Unless you're uncomfortable with it, and then don't look at porn.
Or if you're on Tumblr, and then you can't.
Tumblr, the land of cowards.
Just go to AO3.
Go to...
People are figuring out ways to link images in AO3, aren't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
There is ways to do images in AO3 for a while. I actually hold on to
Can't respond. Yup.
to trail off into something real quick about AO3 that I thought was such a cool thing. So AO3 is a HTML code, right?
Yeah.
There was a person who I read a fanfic for yesterday that was a modern AU fic, and both of the characters in it were Twitch streamers.
Okay.
They had found a way to integrate little Twitch chats in the fic that had scroll bars on them to imitate like they were communicating with a chat scroll.
Okay. Very clever.
And I think it's so cool. Anyway, the person who wrote that Kave, I'll hate them fic, I owe you my life. That's like my 4th time reading it. It's so well written. Mwah.
I'll admit freely, I've never been a fanfic person. It's never been my thing. I honestly couldn't tell you why. It's just I don't know. It's never clicked in my brain for some reason.
You can't read.
Yeah, I can't read. Hi, I'm Connor. I'm 27 years old and I can't read. Am I 27?
That's actually really common.
Yeah, I'm 27.
Yeah, you don't turn 28 until July, sweetie.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that you don't think about until you think about it, and then you realize that you're 27.
Yikes! Homies, I just turned 40.
Goodness, you startled me.
Remember that?
Sorry,
Remember
mate.
that part where
Hi,
I just...
you're Dennis's nephew, aren't
I
you?
just turned
The thing
40.
is,
people call me
I
Karen.
started reading
So,
fan
what are you
fiction at
doing
a
all the way
formative
up here by
age.
yourself, Clary?
Um,
I'm on
I have
a
been
dare
reading
to
fan fiction
enter the
since all y'all
grounds
were
of
born.
Bruce
Like,
and
quite
Bruce
literally.
Yo, how was the
I
Spock
think
and
I
Kirk
started reading-
fanfic?
The famous Barramudgee Haunted Mansion.
Haunted?
Michelle might kick my
You don't
ass.
believe in ghosts, do you? Of course I do.
Oh,
Some
hey,
of
do you
my
want me to
best
out myself
friends
real
are
quick for
ghosts.
Go wild.
the horrible fandoms I was in middle school?
Sure.
My first fanfic, like, fandom. It's not my first fanfic, for sure, but my first fandom I remember is Hectalia.
Hey, I think stream's over now.
Oh.
Hey, you wanna know what's worse?
We're about 10
That's
minutes.
what got me into history.
Wait, shut the fuck up. You got into history because of Hetalia?
Yeah, and then I actually
Shut
learned
the
real
fuck
history.
up, dude. What do you mean?
This is worse than me reading Check Please and then getting into real hockey.
What do you want
No,
from me,
wait
Connor? I
a
thought it was
minute.
interesting.
No, Adam, you never told us that part. Did you really get into hockey because of Check Please?
No,
Yeah?
no once told us this. You just weren't paying attention.
that's-
I knew that.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
busy
this is not a new
streaming.
development.
This is no knowledge, Connor. You just don't listen to Adam.
I am busy.
Yeah, wow. You're gonna
okay.
ignore the gay guy?
I am busy Yes, I am busy streaming. Also, I need to point out, how frequently do I in stream insult the gay guy for being gay, even though I am an openly bisexual man?
Wow, Connor admitting to being homophobic on stream?
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm 27. I'm a homophobic bisexual.
Wow.
Oh, so you're a Republican.
Damn. You're giving them too much credit. They don't know the word bisexual. They only know the word.
Yeah. But for reference, yeah, I've been reading fan fiction for a long time, and Hectalia got me into history. And want me to tell you another fun fact about
Go ahead. This has already been entertaining enough.
Good day, young toy.
Oh, this must have been my sophomore year.
Oh, no.
Or my junior year, I can't remember.
Yeah?
It was after I had stopped being into Hectalia, but like,
Hensai?
it had been integrated in my brain at that point. We had a student teacher whose thing was teaching us how to use like memorizational tools for remembering geography, and he gave us a pre-test, and the pre-test was a map of Europe.
Uh-oh.
Hey, do you know who knew where every country in Europe was, because that's how people shipped things in Hectalia?
Oh,
Fucking weeb.
Hey. So you want to know a fun fact about me? Is back in my day, and I say this
aced
isn't
that test.
Of course you did. Back in my day, you didn't even have sites that had fan fiction. It wasn't like fanfiction.net didn't exist when I started.
You had to
reading
go
it.
to like blogs, didn't you?
I had to, no, blogs were not a thing. I had to go to GeoCities websites. There was this magical thing called a ring, right? So at the bottom of every page, there would be a link to like this is part of this ring, and you would click on it, and you would find all the websites connected. And here's my fun fact about me is my first fanfics that I read. I didn't write fanfics. I read them. Were Hanson fanfics because I was 12 and I didn't know better. So it was real person fanfic.
Oh, like the band?
Yeah.
Yes, like the band. I was obsessed
Like
with the band.
Bebop?
I was like, I was 12. I was 12. Okay? I was 12.
No. Sorry, I'm genuinely not laughing at you. I'm reading.
It's fine.
No, I'm genuinely not laughing at you. I'm reading what Kate sent me in DMs. I'm gonna read it all out to you guys because it's so funny. I don't need your energy, America said, or your wood. Canada fisted its lumber and slowly dragged it along the border. No, but you want it. Yes, America gulped. I want your wood so bad.
That's incest. Canada and America are twins.
Then drop your tariffs and take it, Canada replied.
Oh my god, I hate this.
America
I hate this
whimpered
so
as the
much.
wood filled its country. Canada gathered America's hair in a fist and tugged. Now say the magic words. You're not for sale, America whimpered. And Canada thrust like it was giving America a treat.
I can't believe you're reading incest porn on stream, Connor.
I have no shame. Oh,
if you have no
God.
shame, I should send you some of the awful fics I've read.
But no.
Oh no, there's an
yes.
American Canada. There's an America China one.
Of course there is. I will also say another the first like fiction is real. My first like role play thing was on the Buffy message boards because that's where message boards, baby.
That tracks. Though I mean,
when I
like
was 14.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you were kind of like the perfect age for message boards. Like
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Until like for like. So like I have lived so many internet lives because I have been on the internet since I was 12, which is 1997. So
yeah.
Again, is the year y'all were born.
Connor and I were born.
Yeah.
I was born in '94. Thank you.
Okay, I said so. I meant,
shut up, Grandpa.
Connor, but I have been on the internet since you were 3 years old, Adam. Put that into context.
Yeah.
Like I have been on the internet for a very long time. So I have been through GeoCities. I have been through message boards. After message boards it was LiveJournal. After LiveJournal, it was LiveJournal, and then it's around the time of LiveJournal was also when it started like fanfiction specifically started going into like fanfiction.net and stuff. And I remember all the shit with fanfiction.net that it went through with fucking Anne Rice. Because Anne Rice fucking hated. I'm old. Bears, I'm old. Like, I fully am.
Michelle is the age between me and my mother.
Yeah, I have fully been on the internet for such a long time.
I will say, I think Bears may be one of the older folks. No offense, Bears. No, one of the older folks like in our little stream community.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know the ages. Well, I don't know the ages of the other folks that we've had in our Discord, and it will occasionally pop up in stream. But like, Bears is certainly Bears is 30 in August, so he's still in his 20s.
He's flirty, 30. Oh, what's the saying?
30, flirty, and thriving. 30, flirty,
Thank
and
you,
thriving.
Michelle.
Gesundheit.
I watched number 13 going on 30. Okay. But yeah, so
it's been
like,
years since I've seen it, so I was trying to make a reference I couldn't remember.
I have been on the internet for a very long time. I have like seen the internet. This is why like I remember like fucking when Twitter started. I had a Twitter. I've had like I don't use it anymore, but I had a Twitter from like basically 2008 when the year it started. Like I had a Twitter. I have seen, which is why I don't use it anymore because I have seen what it has turned into, and I can't deal with it anymore.
Kate, you're absolutely the youngest.
Hey, you know what's wild to think about, Connor? You're the youngest in this call.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you that.
You have a full beard.
I have the most facial hair out of everybody in this group, so yes.
Incorrect.
Adam? Adam, you don't know what I look like below the shirt and below the pants. I have the most hair out of everybody in this group.
Beyond the shirt.
Connor
has a lot of hair.
Fair. I also look younger than I am. Like every time I tell someone I'm like I would be like, oh yeah, I'm like 39. I'm turning 40.
I'm sorry. I'm
they
going...
look and they go, what? No, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. They're like, I thought you were like in your 20s. I'm like, no.
Real quick, Bear, just so that way you know in future reference, Michelle is spelled with one L.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah, it's an easy
People
mistake.
make the mistake all the time, but I figured I'd tell you.
It's very funny when I see someone at my job who has one L and I go, oh, you have it the correct way. I will always tell them that. And they go, yes.
Do you want to feel really old? One of Jill's co-workers had prom last weekend.
No!
You know what's fun about that is I am old enough to be that person's mother.
Yes, you are.
And like in a very normal, like 22, very normal age. We are weird.
Yeah, sorry,
We
Baz.
are weird.
If it makes you feel better, I spell my name correctly.
My name is spelled the correct way if you're from Ireland.
My name
That's
is
it.
spelled
One way to
correctly.
spell my name.
Well, thankfully, yeah. There's only I mean, unless you're a dork who's making a character for a fantasy game that he runs streams of, in which case then it becomes Adam with 2 Ds.
Yes, it does.
All right, Connor,
Yeah.
I just sent you a selfie to prove no.
Also,
is it below the shirt? Hold on, let me see.
No, I can if you want.
No, you don't need to do that.
Quick, Nick.
You don't want to.
I can.
See my tattoo?
I don't need to see. I don't need to see the tats. No, Adam, I'm being dead ass. This is what you're seeing right now. I shaved today. I shaved today.
Adam, I've seen Connor without a shirt. It's a lot.
Actually, Adam, I got a question.
My beard's better. Yeah, what's up?
No, I won't argue that. I don't like my beard. I don't like having a beard. Have you ever seen Austin Powers?
No.
Okay.
Movie, baby.
If you look up what Austin Powers' chest hair looks like, you've got a pretty good idea what my chest hair looks like.
Yeah. Also, there'll be no thirst traps on stream.
I'm the only thirst trap on stream. Thank you very much.
We are a family-friendly,
yeah,
Christian Minecraft server.
You can't even complete that sentence in one go.
No, because I had to think about the next words.
You can't even say that without stuttering.
To be
fair, but that's because she has a speech impediment. How dare you make fun of her?
I'm gonna make fun of her for that every time I can.
Unfortunately, stutter was never anything I had an issue with.
Yeah, so she doesn't get the lead on that one. Thank you very much.
Connor's insulting my wife, and I will not have it.
I'll get over it.
Thank you.
I'll say the one thing that does show my age is my hair. I am going gray so bad now. To the point where I'm probably gonna have to, like, if I want to not be gray, I'm gonna have to just like bleach it and dye it purple all over again. Because oh my god, I have just like, I'm starting to get just like a streak of gray. Like my roots are just, it's so bad.
Okay,
I found my first gray hair in my beard a few weeks, like a month or two ago, and it scared me.
I've seen a fair number of gray and white hairs in my beard, but real talk, I can't wait to go gray. I'm being dead ass.
I wish it would. I don't mind going gray. I just wish it would all happen at once instead of being like the way it is my issue. I wanted to.
You don't like salt and pepper.
You don't want to be. You don't like salt. Okay, well that's. I mean, is your. I'm gonna reveal something. Michelle, it's been a while since I've last seen your hair not fully dyed. Does it grow in black?
It's dark. Yeah, my hair's dark.
Okay.
Like you'll see it on Sunday. I mean on Saturday. My hair now, like it's grown out some. So I do have like roots at this point because I tend to like, I'll dye it and then I'll just leave it for a year.
Okay.
And then I'll cut. I get so like I can't do the bleaching all the time because it fucks my hair too. So.
I'm sorry, but when I'm trying to picture what Michelle looks like her hair, all I can see is like the wig she used to wear on stream, or like not stream, like.
No,
that's fair.
I couldn't do the wig anymore because it was making me crazy, and that's why I was like, I'm just gonna be purple in my hair.
It's also quite. It's also quite warm to have to wear a wig like that for like 3 hours.
Don't get me wrong. I liked wearing the wig, but maintaining a wig is a bitch.
No, it is.
Yeah, it gets hot, and it gets hot in my office. My office just gets hot.
Maybe.
Anyway.
When will you wear wigs?
And also, I just like. I just like having I like having it be my hair because I can do stuff to my hair. I can like curl it and like I can like put it in braids if I want, so it's not in my face.
Can I say something?
No, Bears. I am crazy without any. I don't need anything. Sometimes it made me very hot. Like my office gets very hot because I have a computer, and then I am next to the wall that divides, like the wall that's on my right hand side. Right behind it on the other side is my washer/dryer. And when it's going and I'm in my office, it's
just
so
overheating.
hot. Oh my god! I try to not have it going when I'm working because if I'm working, I'm here for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Technically, like I work a 10-hour shift. I work 4 10-hour shifts now instead of 5 8-hour shifts, which is so much better. Oh my
Michelle,
God.
where you live, you don't have central air?
No. I have air.
She does.
This is with air conditioning, Adam.
Oh, God.
It gets.
Oh,
It's so, Adam, I will say, like,
it's like my brother's room in our house.
Yeah. So, Adam, I'll let you know. So, with the way my area is set up, because I'm in like a little cubicle area, and I have actually
You made yourself an oven.
I did. Well, that's not an oven. It's actually pretty nice because I've set up a fan inside the wall.
I have to bring back. They took I had an air conditioning unit and they took it out.
Yeah.
The portable air conditioner thing.
So,
G'day, son. Let me know if you need a hand, okay?
Even in my case, it gets quite warm. Like it gets fairly warm in here.
Bye, son.
Compound with the fact that I naturally run warm, I think I would die.
Yeah, I'm in the same place as you. I run very warm.
Let me know if you need a
And my
hand.
office is also pretty small. Like, I know Connor's built himself. My office is a laundry.
You won't regret buying that one, son.
Like,
Bye,
it is
son.
a laundry. It is a laundry room in a house, or it is 5 by 8.
That's good.
And it's very, like, my 2 TVs that are used for my monitors barely like fit in the space that is in the width.
What size screens are they?
That sounds great. I love that actually. Hold on.
I use TVs.
What size?
I think 37 and 32.
Damn, I thought I have 2 27-inch monitors. I thought they're on the wall. Here's the thing, Adam. What you don't understand is I have 2 on the wall, and then I have 2, I believe, 27-inch monitors for my work computer, because I have a work computer. So I have 4 monitors. I will post a picture. I will post it in our private Discord because it does have work information on it, so I don't want to put it to the
No, that is fair. Yeah, if you have work information, please don't post it.
Yes, no, I can put it in the private Discord.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys are gonna say anything.
Nope. Not terribly interested in doing so.
Anything.
Listen, the only reason I'd give up to my address to anyone who's not in the private server is because bears would send me food.
Yeah, because bears would send you food.
Listen, the only reason I ate today is because Michelle gave me money.
Yeah. And I sent a message of please eat. Because she was like, I haven't eaten today and I don't, like,
I don't feel like cooking. I don't really have anything but frozen burritos and
I don't want to eat that. And I'm like, okay, here's money. Eat. Easy.
It was either that or cereal. Cereal's a meal, right?
Cereal.
Sure, I hadn't had
cereal.
But it's not a protein
I haven't
meal.
had protein in like 2 days.
Yeah,
I had pesto last night for dinner.
Please tell me you had did you have protein today, Jess?
Yes, there was 4 egg halves and pork in my ramen.
Bears, I'm gonna politely request that instead of sending Michigan-made fudge, please send like beef jerky or something else like that to Jess so that she has some kind of protein and nutrition. Thank you.
Hey, do you know what makes this worse / better? I'm anemic.
Jessica.
Yeah, which
Bears,
is why I sent the money and
please
was like,
send
please
them
eat.
something for protein.
I mean, leafy greens will do it, but I haven't been able to really buy them because they cut off our food stamps for me and Jill, so now I'm only getting it for me for the next month. And it was only $79 this month, and that's a lot of money.
Just the more you talk, the worse it gets.
I mean,
I say this with all the kindness in my heart. I have not told you guys how bad it is personally for me. I keep a lot of it tight to my chest. But without too much context, I'm $10,000 in credit card debt, and I can't use my credit cards right now because they are both over balance. Shit's been bad for the last couple months. If it weren't for the fact that Jill got a job and they've been taking care of a lot of stuff, which I am eternally grateful for. I know they're my roommate and that's what they're supposed to do, but they've been dealing with the emotional burden of me, and I greatly appreciate and love them. They are my best friend for a reason. I will cry on stream if I think about them for too long because I can't say that to their face.
Don't.
Because they'll get upset.
They'll get up and leave.
As I've said before, Jess, as I told you earlier, unemployment is a fucking hole. and it takes a while
Home
to dig out of.
unemployment is a home. My mom literally said almost the same thing, Michelle. It's
Cody.
so
It is a
fucking funny.
hole, and it takes because it's true.
Cody, just send
Cody,
them.
I won't use them if you send them.
Cody, just send them.
I won't use them.
Hey, Jess, if you don't use them, they'll expire.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. How dare I? How dare I? What? Play you? Like a goddamn fiddle? No.
Again,
Yeah,
as
I'm
I
the
said,
fiddle player here.
as I
not
said,
you.
as I said
I'll
before,
spend it
it
on
is
dumb
a
shit.
whole.
I'll buy Love and Deep Space pools.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you use them.
The option is either it goes nowhere or it goes somewhere. Take it.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't want
Anyways.
it.
But it is a hole, and it's going to take time to
It's
dig
a
out
hole.
of. Unfortunately.
And I know that. And as I've told Jill, after I get a solid paycheck month, it will be better. Jill has
will
been
be.
taking care of so much. Their dad's paying our internet bill. Honestly, I'm gonna use this moment to talk about how much I love Jill. They've been a big help. I've not been mentally stable for a little bit. I cried yesterday in 20 minutes in the car about the fact I couldn't
Rafe?
return my shoes.
Yes, I will go
because
to the.
I
You can do
had the
much, but
nerve
I
to
will.
wear them twice.
The worst.
I need to know what
And
store
they
you bought them
immediate-
from.
It's called Shoe Sensation.
I'm gonna beat
And then
them
Jill
up.
immediately picked them up, started looking at them, told me what was cutting my foot, and said, "Let me see if I can fix them." And
They
then
fix
gave me
them?
the $20 to buy pantyhose. That this morning, by the way, I immediately put a gun into one of them because
Yeah.
even though they are made for a big girl like me, they don't actually make them for big girls in mind.
No,
Yeah,
they don't.
They never do.
They never do.
They never do.
I hate that.
The
It's
problem
such a
is the
dumb-
best place to buy tights
miss
for
your
me
mum, don't you?
is Tourist.
Sometimes.
But those
It's
are like
okay, mate.
$15 a
Your
pop.
dad's worried sick about you. How about
Hey,
we get
Jess,
you home before it gets too late?
Yeah, what's up?
Don't be mad. Tell me what
Mate,
you
I
want.
will-
There's a bunch of
No,
Hollywood.
listen,
Not right now. I don't have the brain power to think, and it's about to be cold again next week, so I don't mind
Hey,
wearing
Jess, what
leggings.
what
right
year?
Okay.
What year is your Corolla?
now. Mine's a 2020. Why?
Oh, I will go to the Toyota dealer tomorrow and buy you windshield wipers.
No.
Shut up.
Do you have a sedan or a hatchback?
A sedan?
Okay, I just needed to see if I needed just front ones or the rear ones too.
No, I don't have a. I wish I had a hatchback. Honestly, I would prefer the space.
Oh yeah, hatchbacks are great. I miss my Versa hatchback.
My mom hates the look of them, and
G'day,
she
mate.
convinced me not
Yeah,
to
we
get a
have it on
hatchback,
good
and now I'm kind of
authority
mad
that
at her for
suppliers
convincing me.
Yeah,
Give
no,
information.
I had a Versa hatchback for 10 years. That was like the longest I ever had a car. I had it for 10 years, and I didn't want to let it go. But my mom was like, "No, we need to you need to get a new car because this car's like it was kind of falling apart. To be fair, I had it for a long time." I
Real
miss
quick,
that
I'm
thing.
ignoring Bear's second message because I don't want to have that right this second. But the fact that you saying you buy men's pants and they don't fit your ass, that's because they build men's pants with
With
no
pants?
ass and no crotch. So I bought a pair of men's swimming shorts once because I had a cute bikini top that was like lemon lime
Hello, toy.
printed. It was so cute from Old Navy. And I wanted something I could wear up higher because they didn't really make high-rise bottoms that I liked. So I bought the pair of boxer shorts, or not boxer shorts, swim shorts that they made for the men's section. If you had a set of balls, they wouldn't have been able to go into those fucking pants either.
Nope.
No ass, no ball space. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Me looking at the really scrawny eunuch. No ass, no balls.
So the unfortunate
Me
thing about
looking at
about a lot of swimsuits is that they're really not made for, in my opinion, anybody. Like, and I wear the stereotypical male swimsuit. Like I wear the swimsuit that is, it's hello bitch. Hold on. Sorry.
For shorts.
Like I wear the stereotypical swim shorts, which are like, they're kind of baggy. They look like they're good. They're meant for an AMAB in some way, shape, or form. Those still suck to wear because like they will bunch up on your nuts. So goddamn bad. It's
you're talking
awful.
about like a regular, like it has the net inside too, right?
Yeah, it's the net. The net is the worst part.
The fucking worst.
What was that?
I don't know what the.
What's the point of the net?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But you know what it is? Uncomfortable, and it leaves an imprint in the worst place.
Awful.
Why do men's swim?
Why do they have ball nets?
To prevent skin irritation and chafing.
Bullshit!
When the shorts get wet.
Bullshit! That makes it worse.
Doing the irritation. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just reading what the website article said.
The number of times that I was younger and I'd be looking like, why does my dick and balls look like I press it up against a fucking mesh? Like it's terrible. It's awful to wear.
You got anything else better to do, son?
I will say this though. I will say, despite the fact I hate Torrid for some of the principles and for some of the clothing, because they make really ugly clothing sometimes, something I can always give them credit for, it is fat girl fashion with fat girls in mind. My swimsuit I have now is from Torrid that I got on sale for the 2 pieces for $60 total.
Yeah.
Which is cheap for a women's swimsuit.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
High waist fits beautifully. It's a galaxy print. It's so cute. I've gotten to wear it out. It's nice.
I love Torrid swimsuits.
You can tell
so nice.
You can tell Cody and Bears both have been in the exact same situation that me and Adam have been in, because they have just described the big problems with men's swim shorts to the T.
Ball crushing netting.
It's ball crushing netting,
and then has salt from the sea on it. It becomes a cheese grater.
Yeah, because when if it dries out and you are wearing it and you get up, guess what? It just rubs. It's terrible.
That's actually. Hey, can I make a horrible joke that might be disgusting?
Sure.
That would. Yeah, what's up?
It might be twofold cheese grater, depending on how well somebody washes it.
Gross, dude.
No, what I was gonna say, I haven't had the chance to wear a swimsuit lately because, like, yes, I live in Florida, but also it requires me to go outside, and I just don't have time to do that right now. But
if I sneeze, I'm at the beach.
Yeah, see, you're closer to the beach than I am. I'm still like 30 minutes away.
Closer to the beach, dude. They are less than 250 feet away from the beach.
I know. I'm aware.
Without revealing our location, I can see the water from where I live.
Yeah, you can throw a rock.
I'm going to.
I don't have that much strength.
The whole country? That's pretty big.
Shut up.
I'm going to Orlando in like a couple weeks. And I just had to add a day because I'm going to watch a podcast recording of a podcast I really love.
You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm staying an extra day, and all I'm thinking is like, cool. Now I get to I decided to the extra day I was gonna fly up. The extra day I was like, no, I'm driving because it's just easier for me to drive if I'm staying like 3 days. It's just easier to drive.
You only live what? A few maybe 4 hours from Orlando?
Yeah, I live like 4 hours away from Orlando at most. That's on a bad day. Like usually it's like 3. And like that, and also, but like I was like still gonna fly because like the flight is 40 minutes long. The flight is insanely short. And it was 2 days, so I was like, oh, I can just take a backpack, I'll be fine. But then I'm adding an extra day, and I'm like, a backpack might not be okay now. It probably would be, but like, I don't want to take a swimsuit because I want to like the day I've added, I'm just gonna like hang out at the pool. Probably like I'm not gonna go to a theme park. Like I could theoretically go to Disney. I don't want to.
Swimming.
Look, I will say, this is not. It is not a fashion forward item. But you want me to be totally legit with you about the best thing for carrying things? Duffel bag.
Oh
no, duffel bags are good.
They're fucking ugly, but they're so good for carrying shit.
But the one I have, it could very easily pack like 3 days of stuff. I just don't want to now. I'm like, I'm going to drive. I'm gonna drive, and then I'm gonna, take my little, like, I'm gonna pack extra, and I'm gonna like, I have to think about my Japan trip because that one's going to be like the luggage stuff.
That's gonna be a lot
smaller. Yeah.
I would buy luggage for the room back.
I can't. My mom is determined. She's like, we don't have room for that. We have luggage here. We don't have room to like buy another piece of luggage. And I'm like, fine. So I'm taking an empty, like I'm packing most of my stuff.
Yeah, that's really common.
Good call.
And I'm taking an empty one over there.
Hey Michelle, do you love us? Will you buy us souvenirs?
Of course.
Are you going to the Eorzea Cafe?
Probably. Yeah, I have to book it, but yeah.
For reference, I already have an Estinian standee, so...
Will you buy Connor something from his favorite Japanese game series, Kingdom Hearts?
I'll kick your ass.
No, but I don't know there's like a Yakuza. I'm pretty sure there's like a Yakuza cafe over there.
Now that I would gladly take something from. So Becca, okay. Becca, it just recently showed up in the mail. Becca bought me a genuine Aloha shirt for the release that came for the release of Like a Dragon Pirate in Hawaii. Because they partnered.
Is in the same as the. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, so Like a Dragon, they partnered with the guys who make genuine like Aloha like button-up shirts, and Becca bought me one, and it's so good. It is such a nice shirt. Like it's tight around the chest, but like it's tight in the way that like you can tell that it's intended to be tight because you're supposed to be wearing it open. It's such a nice shirt. I love it.
Yeah.
Let them titties out.
I need to find out.
I'm not jacked, but like I could.
If there's anything in you.
I could wear a shirt open.
No, I'm not jacked either. It's never stopped me before.
Fair enough.
On vacation.
I'm a fat bitch. I wear high-waisted pants and I leave my shirt fully unbuttoned with my bra on. I look good. Who gives a shit?
Ow.
Especially because I got chest tattoos to show off. I gotta let my titties out.
Yeah.
I only have one tattoo on my clavicle.
I mean, I have big old titties.
Big old bitties?
Oh, I got big old ones.
Helping out Julius, mate.
Apparently that's my thing is I'll wear like a lot of like leg. Like I have a dress.
Right,
I don't know if you've seen it, Jess. It's in the Nightfall collection from Torrid. Have you seen that?
I've seen the collection, yeah.
They could be anywhere, mate.
So I have the dress that
over
goes,
the
floor length one that's like
I've got Burramudgee
up the
covered,
leg.
but if you could check out all the
You know what I'm talking
outskirts,
about?
I'd appreciate it.
Yes, it's really cute.
It's really cute. It looks really good on me. I look badass in it.
Someone needs to get Connor an Aloe Happy mask to go along with it. I mean, if you bought me an Aloe Happy mask, I would gladly wear it, but exclusively so that when Becca is streaming, I would just show up in the background and I would stand there for I think as long as possible and just stare at the camera.
Yeah, I need to see if there's any place to buy Yakuza stuff.
Just press the action
like a
button
dragon
when
stuff
you want to get in.
Thanks, Jess. There should be. I just have to search. But I'm probably gonna go to the Eorzea Cafe. I'm definitely going to Tokyo Disney. We're spending one day in Tokyo Disney and one day in Disney Sea. We have to buy the tickets, so we're gonna do that. That's the plan. We're going to Kyoto for a few days. Or like a day, I think. We're gonna spend there overnight, I think a night. And then, I don't know what else we're doing, because we still haven't really planned that out.
Also, and the Aloe Happy flamethrower. Yeah, Bears, this is absolutely the...
We're under attack from ninja billies.
What? This is absolutely the open world game. Although TIE 3 also had that, this is still one of the best. Also,
correctly assuming we're doing an extra hour tonight.
I'm just going until you guys tell me, hey, it's time to stop. It's as simple as that. You tell me we're done. We're done.
I'm here for the ride.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm just relaxing. I'm enjoying myself. It's great.
I haven't talked to my friends
in a while. Yeah.
I have a job that does not allow me to talk to my friends anymore. It sucks. Like that's the one shitty thing. The rest of it's fine, right? Because I work from 3 to 2. I work at a call center. We'll just say that. I work from 2, but I work from home, so I don't have to worry about driving at 2 in the morning, which is great. And I get paid an extra $1 an hour. If you work past 12, you get the shift. It's a shift differential, so like an extra $1 an hour.
Hey, nice.
And from like 10 to 2, people don't really call.
So it's just you sitting there.
Yeah, it is just me.
Yeah, why do you think she's been playing Persona?
I've gone through half the game, and it's been like a week and a half maybe. Because I don't play like I don't usually play like the first half of the game. I'll play in the second half of my first half. Because the first half of my shift is actually pretty busy because we are pretty busy in the like night.
You just clobbered all our extras.
Like
once
when people get off work and they're like, oh shit,
Beryl.
I need to call that
place
person about that place, about that
stars
thing.
in Hollywood.
And we're making a movie down under.
So, but and like, my job is bad, and like
I thought
everyone,
you were under attack.
Like my bosses and stuff are pretty supportive.
Ninjas
like if you make a mistake, they're not like, oh my god, you made a mistake.
Now
you know, they're nice about it.
Get
And like
off
some
my
other jobs.
Yeah.
Go on.
God, imagine who could have had one of those.
Mate, like Barra Magic.
Yeah. It's so annoying. I'm still really pissed off on your behalf, honestly, because it's such bullshit. And it's work from home, but the only problem is, since it's from 3 to 2, it's like, before I was working till 10 p.m, so I could at least jump into call at like 10, and most of the time people would be on. The only people who are on when I leave are Dolly and Charlie.
And they're usually about to head to bed.
And they're about to head to bed because it is 2 a.m. and it's like pretty late on their end too. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. And also, I'm pretty tired by that point. I just want to like veg out in my by 2 a.m. I'm like, I want to veg out in my bed and watch YouTube videos about like dumb pop culture shit for like an hour or two until I go to sleep. So like I don't get to talk to my friends. So like, and then we didn't play D&D this week, which is usually when I at least catch up. No, you're fine. Do not worry about it. I did other stuff.
I wanted to meet a cat.
I would also want to meet a cat. I'm also hopefully gonna meet that cat at some point. I will be taking 5 allergy pills before I do it, but...
Who wants to come eat my cat?
I mean, I suppose at some point, but like you live in an entirely different state. Actually, no. In fairness, you also live in an entirely different state from Michelle too.
It's okay. Adam, just bring your cat on your next cruise.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam, just bring your cat with you.
Yo, I'll see what I can do. No, I will say about that cruise, my mom, we were, I think it was yesterday we were out, and she goes, I really do want to book that one for next February.
You know what port you're going out of? Is it Orlando? Is it the port?
Yeah, it's Orlando.
I love that port. I will say I do love that port. That's a good port. Is it? Oh, it's Carnival. I've not been on the Carnival one. I've only been on the Royal Caribbean.
No, I did Carnival out of Orlando in 2017. So I don't know. I know they built that new big port for the Mardi Gras, but that's not the ship we're going on. So I don't know if it, I don't know like what if there's just like their old terminal or what. But I will say I have been on the Celebration, so I have done their big new fancy port out of Miami, which was very nice actually.
Cool. I've only done.
Connor's gone. I'm trapped with the cruise people.
I'm sorry. No, we'll stop.
No, it's fine. I was just making a goof.
But yeah, if you ever, again, as I said,
guys,
Orlando's not that far from me, so if you told me ahead of time.
This is Rave, and this is the best part about her. Bye, Rave.
I love her.
She likes to chew cords.
She loves to chew cords. She enjoys being carried, and she is
Are you sure about that second one?
What was that?
Are you sure about that?
Well,
she enjoys being carried?
I was carrying her for too long, and she was like, "All right, it's time." But she also
carried, she doesn't like to be held.
Oh no, she loves being. She'll purr up a storm. I moved too much, so I was moving and get my head in. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like same with Stanley, my black cat. He likes to be held to a point. But
yeah, and then it's time.
He's done.
Yeah. But Rave is she's an absolute angel of a cat.
She's very sweet. She likes me better than Bean likes me, that's for sure.
Bean likes you too, in fairness.
Because Bean knows you from before.
Yeah. To be fair though, I think Rave can sense the black cat energy on me. She can sense the presence of a black cat, and she goes, I can trust this one.
Oh, good. Then I should be okay too.
Rave, I don't think Rave will find anybody she doesn't like, to be honest with you, dude. Like, that cat just... The moment I step out of my room, she comes out screaming. So she comes out just... cat like yelling at me the entire time until she can get some attention.
I'm gonna ask you nicely to never do that into the microphone again. I swear to God, I will leave.
Okay.
Like that, like I'm asking because it genuinely hurt my ears when you did it in my headphones.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was my best cat impression. But either way, like that cat, she just loves people. So I think she'd get along with you, no problem.
Good, because I love cats. We've now gotten the privilege of being recognized by one of the neighbor's cats.
Oh yeah.
So whenever we go walk around the neighborhood and he sees us, he comes right over to us.
It's an accurate impression, just loud. You know, I mean, I'm not concerned about how loud it is, because fuck you guys. You're great, but also fuck you. Oops. Don't try to kill me, please. There we go. Thank you. Goodbye. All right.
Adam left me.
Adam left you?
Yeah, I assume that's who left.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good leave. We'll be back soon.
Goodbye?
I didn't hear anything.
I think he was just playing goof because you said I don't care about how loud I am.
No,
he was like,
Connor. Fuck you.
I was talking about I was talking to the enemies I was killing, dude.
Okay.
You should specify more.
Yeah, you should. Maybe you should clarify, bitch.
All right,
Yeah, man.
you're right. I'm so sorry. Fuck you, frill lizards. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Was that
I
so
don't know.
hard?
It still might confuse it for me.
What?
I thought he was about to say "fuck you, fruit" to me.
Yeah, man, that's boy, that is what I would like to call playing with fire on Twitch, TOS. Like, I'm sure I could maybe get away with it. I don't want to take that risk.
There, at least you didn't say I can't beat myself. So it's not. Yeah, that.
I'll be totally honest with you. That censor button, the greatest reason to have a Go XLR.
Honestly, peak comedy. I kind of want one.
Do I get to use it for genuine reasons? No. Is it still funny? Absolutely.
Oh god.
Frill lizard is probably an Australian slur. I'll ask Filibuster Frog whenever I get the chance, I guess.
I watched this video. I'm like, what all these different guys are doing now? And I was like, oh, they're all just on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is basically what it amounts to. They're all just on Twitch.
It's what they all wanted to do, basically.
Yeah, because there was so much regulation with all of the stuff before at the end of the day that you can't regulate to an extent. I will say, Gavin asking Ray what a bussy was.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was fucking great. What's a? And he also did not pronounce it bussy. He pronounced it, what's a bussy? I was like, no, no, brother, dude.
Also, but a fun fact that I found out in the comments of that video is Jack Patilla's bringing back his theme park from yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's bringing back Annual Pass.
That's nice.
He announced it because he was on the Watcher one. Well, they're not on Watcher anymore. Amusement, for your amusement. And that's what he said. He was bringing back Annual Pass. I'm like, oh, good for him. Like, I was wondering, I was hoping he would do that.
I hope they start doing stuff now because, like, I feel like a lot of it was just kind of in the air for them for a little bit. Apparently, Jeff streams sometimes, and Tina will go into Jeff's streams.
Yeah.
Apparently, he dreams like during the workday. So like he dreams like at like when work like 9 to 5, not like every day, but like
it's periodic.
What a way to make a living.
And apparently Ray was like, hey, we should collab sometime, Jeff. And I'm like...
Well, also, like,
and then...
they actually, they didn't say you should collab sometime. They said they already had a collab ready. So, like, they were already doing it.
Listen, unfortunately, Achievement Hunter was a big part of my...
it was it was a big part of my life, too. But also, like, it's so good.
This
I died.
place exists, so...
Yeah, we would... Without it, we all wouldn't be talking right now.
Yeah, basically.
Because of John fucking Reisinger's Discord.
I will never, ever... Look, Rooster Teeth had many heads.
Yep.
We all know this. It ended in a shit show. However, I will never, ever, ever fault them because it gave me a very important part of my life, so I will not be mad about it ever.
Well,
and I'm here too.
And Adam's here to help.
You're part of that.
Well,
I don't know if you know that.
It's the
featuring Adam as himself.
I was trying to think of a music reference I could make that was gonna fit for that.
I got dragged in because Jill said I'll do it if I can bring my friend.
Yeah.
I just shrugged and went, yeah, sure.
Listen,
and that's how I ended up here. And then we found out I'd accidentally kicked Connor once at a convention.
Yeah, you did.
I had an at the time mutual friend who introduced me to Becca.
Yeah.
No, there's also a picture.
Gone now.
He's gone now.
Picture.
Yeah, he's dead now. I don't know if he's dead, but he might as well be.
He's old man.
There is a picture that pops up occasionally on my iPad from the meet and greet or whatever with Risinger from RTX with like half the group in it. It's like it's me, Connor's like next to me or something. I can't remember. I have to like look at the format, but like Becca, it's me, Becca, Connor, and
what's
Jill.
really funny is, fun fact, I'm off screen in that
Yeah, you're
picture.
you're like off to the
Because
side of that.
I looked at Jill and said, I'm not part of this, so I'm not going to stand in your guys' picture. And Jill said,
what year RTX was this?
2018.
Yeah.
I only went to one. I was there for 2015.
No, I only went to
Jill and I
2018.
went, oh yeah, we were at one of the same RTXs, Adam.
Yeah, actually, right after RTX 2015 is when I got introduced to Becca, and I believe she was there. So Becca and I existed in the same building for a while without knowing each other.
Yeah, I mean that happens.
Yeah,
again.
because
That
Jill
happens.
and I went in.
Bear said, how does it feel to die and not be set back 10 hours? It feels great, Chief. It feels great.
Yeah, I wonder if there was something you could have done.
Shut the fuck up.
Prevented that.
Man, if only there was a warning sign that it was going to happen.
Look, I don't know how to read.
That's
Connor.
true.
How do you play D&D?
Maybe you should read some fan fiction so you learn how to read.
Yeah,
Got it.
Hetalia. You'll learn about history.
Let's not even joke about that.
Listen, there's a lot of inappropriate stuff in the Hectalia fandom. I won't lie
Yeah,
to you.
I can imagine.
No, I don't think you understand how much ShotaCon there is in Hectalia. There's a lot.
I can't stand that. I'm gonna go download League of Legends.
It's not good.
Cody, you are correct. So out of everybody in this group, the person I met first was actually Cody. Cody I met because we started in a Discord together that was for the Rooster Teeth show of Heroes and Halfwits. That's what the Discord was initially about. Granted, it did not stay that way for long, and that Discord basically died. I don't think it's active in any way, shape, or form.
Sorry, I just remembered. I did know one of the people from this group, other than Becca, before I joined specifically this group. It was Jolly.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I knew Jolly from the rec shop.
But yeah, no.
Wait, Connor, have you ever told the origin story of this specific thing?
I think it's probably gotten mentioned on
Not
stream
in a while.
before, but I don't think Bears has heard it. But basically what happened was I and Michelle, we wound up being in the same Dungeons and Dragons game because I had just dropped my Pathfinder game. And I dropped my Pathfinder game simply because I got frustrated with several of the people that were involved in it, namely one individual in particular.
That fucker. Because I know exactly.
We'll call him Clyde because I don't recall his actual name.
Oh, that fucker. Oh my God.
So we both joined up into a D&D game. I didn't know Michelle at the time. Michelle didn't know me at the time, but we both joined up. And then so did Clyde.
That is truly
That game.
That is truly one of the worst movies. And I have played with
Yeah.
AL people. No worries. Like AL is notoriously so shitty.
Oh, Adventures.
Yeah.
Truly one of the worst people I have ever played.
And somehow
Guys,
Clyde made it
guys, I
worse.
know something.
You do know something.
You do.
But my friend Jason, or Kronos as you guys know him, was running the game, and Jason's a good GM, but Clyde made it all shit, and I mean it. It was hard to play.
It felt like a slog. It genuinely felt like a slog.
And there came one session where I was like, I hadn't been like sent off to the side basically, but like I was just getting irritated by everything, and I had basically just sent Jason a message and was like, hey man, I'm dipping, I'm out, I'm walking away today. And then I said, hey man,
you guys anymore.
well, no, I didn't say, and then afterwards I was like, hey man, I can't because Clyde's a piece of shit. And like, that was it, it ended. And
you replied with real.
Well, I mean, he didn't say it directly, but like, I have a hunch that he was like, he understood why. But like, yeah, that game ended. I brought that up in
I remember you asking me specifically, hey, do you want to do a D&D game? Like,
yeah, you're right. I did. I went to you first. I was like, hey, do you want to join a game? Because I'm fucking sick of this.
And I was like, yeah, please. And then I think I said I would bring it up in the Discord if you would like talk to Jason and say I'm like not doing it anymore. I was like not doing it anymore.
I went done.
I used Connor to get you out of a D&D group.
Yes, I
didn't know that.
I very specifically said I'll bring it up in the Discord. It's Sunrise in your Discord because I think that's how we like decided because we like both knew. That's how like we knew each other.
Yep.
So I was like, I'll bring it up in the Discord if you tell him. Because I wasn't like I didn't know him that well. I had only been in the game for like a month maybe.
Yeah,
like,
it was. You were there for 3 sessions. I was there for 4 or 5.
Yeah, like, and I didn't know. For the record, I did not know that until just now. I did not realize you'd only been there for like 2 sessions more than me.
Well, I was there from the beginning, but the beginning was 4 or 5 sessions ago.
I did not realize that. And he goes, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it in Discord, and so I guess you did. I'm assuming you did. And I brought it up in the Discord, and I think Becca was like, yes, but I want to bring a friend. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Not anymore.
One person said they would do it and then never showed up.
They never showed.
Another person lasted like
2 sessions.
10 sessions.
Yeah, it was a handful of sessions, and then they basically.
It was a game. The game wasn't for them.
Yeah, well, they didn't understand the game, and they didn't put any effort in.
Yeah.
But
Connor did explain it before.
Yes, I did.
Connor was very. That is the thing that drives me a little bit insane. Is that Connor absolutely did say what kind of game this was, and this person was at that session. And
so it's basically I at that point I had been running D&D game, not D&D, but Pathfinder games for 3 years. I knew how to run a game, and I knew how to pitch a game. I was not in any way, in any sense, a noob. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, but do you know how to pitch it? No.
Pitch a tent? Yeah, all teenage boys learn that when they first wear sweatpants to school on accident. So
that's a mistake.
Yeah,
but
yes,
you
it
have
is.
a waistband at least to hide it in.
It's true, you do. But if you get called up to class, called up to the front of class, that makes it even worse.
Oh God. Oh.
That's a real. That's a real guy issue, because the worst part is if you're I can't speak for every guy, but if I was falling asleep for whatever reason, it decided it was time to say hello, and it was the worst thing ever.
Because it does that to try to keep you from pissing yourself in your sleep.
Yeah, it does. But
oh my God.
Yeah, that's male anatomy for you. But basically,
yeah.
But bringing it back to the D&D stuff. So. Yeah, that game fell apart, and I invited the guys I knew from the Monitor Corps. And then at some point, I was like, well, the team kind of needs a healer. And I was like, while I wasn't super concerned with composition, I did recognize that it was going to be at least a slight concern for the group. So I was like, okay, hold on. I know what I could do. And I reached out to an individual who I felt was honestly one of the most competent and best players of my Pathfinder game, and that was Cody. And it turns out that Cody and Becca both went to the same school, and I knew Cody before Becca.
Funniest shit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They ended up going to the same high school, and not only were they the same high school, they were both in band together.
They were both in
together.
band briefly for the same time.
Yeah, and like he was friends with Becca's brothers, I think. Like he was.
Yeah,
like
it's
he knew Becca's brothers. It's
Correct,
very
he's a year older
strange.
than us.
yeah, it
Also,
was.
fun fact, I don't know who remembers it, but I was also invited to play in the game.
Yeah, you were. You also got invited, but you had a scheduling conflict.
I couldn't because at the time Saturdays I worked till 3:30 and I wouldn't be home in time. Now I get out
I
at
don't
3.
remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becca and the mutual friend who introduced us came to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't. Like, I won't be home in time."
Yeah, it was literally a scheduling conflict. Adam couldn't join us.
Yeah. So
that was it.
I still think things, despite all the stuff, the things I think happen are the way they're supposed to.
It panned out well.
If you go into the our Discord server and you search my name and then look for oldest, you'll see 2018 mentions of me.
Oh, that's so funny. I did not know that. Oh my god. I somehow forgot about that.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
You feel like you need to pay extra for deep lore? This is one of those things that this is one of those fascinating topics that it's kind of it's interesting to always kind of talk about, because you don't realize the connections that were there until you stop and look at them for a little bit, and then you realize, oh shit, there were actually a bunch of ways that these guys all came together.
We are also approaching our 7th anniversary. I will
We are approaching our 7th anniversary.
Yeah, we are.
Do you guys want to know how Jill and I became friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
One of you called the other.
No. To explain it very quickly. So, fun fact: Jill and I were both in gifted classes because we knew how to read.
My God.
And so they put us in gifted classes in high school, in middle school. And at the time, I really only had 2-3 friends. One of which made me cry on a near daily basis. Yeah, it turns out she was my bully, not my friend. Listen, autistic children don't understand things like that. And the other two, one of my friends who I was close to was close with another group of people who Jill was part of. And the other one, it just, she was the only other one I had. Well, Jill and I were both in the same 7th grade gifted class. And I was sitting there talking to someone who I was vaguely friendly to. His name's TR. I don't know what happened to him. I think he fell off. And I had mentioned...
We lost him in the coal mines.
No, he just became a shitty asshole.
They lost him in the coal mines.
We'd been talking about anime, and I mentioned Naruto.
Of course.
And Jill went, "Oh shit, you watch Naruto?" And I was like, "Yeah, I also watch Bleach." And they went, "Oh my god, I love Bleach."
Of course you fucking summoned Jill by mentioning Naruto.
Here's my favorite thing is I can hear Jill saying that. I can hear that in their voice.
7th grade gifted class, which, by the way, those gifted classes, they didn't know what to do with us. They just knew that we were too smart to be in some of the other classes. So, we once made paper airplanes and just threw them off the 2nd floor of the library. We did an egg drop test for fun. We read The Giver.
I did one of those in middle school.
We read The Giver and its sequel book, which is about a seamstress trying to dye the color blue.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be ending the stream here because we're about an hour and 10 over.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I want to end it all with some great news.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, United Health stocks have dropped a grand total of 43% since last year.
Oh no. Anyway.
Exactly.
They are down $224 from last year.
Oops.
That is a huge drop. I'm gonna post a picture of this to the official Discord because goddamn, that feels so good to look at. But y'all need to look at this graph. It is something beautiful. Actually,
Yes, shake
Thank
your
you.
I will put this
Shake
in
your
the
hand.
I'll put this in the real world bullshit because this is more fitting there. Ladies and gentlemen, take a good long look at that one, everybody, because that is a beautiful graph to see.
Take a closer look at them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not just like, oh, it went bad. It was that is damn near a 90-degree drop on that
Me
graph.
before 2016. Me before COVID, me after COVID.
Real.
Good to see. So we're gonna wrap up tonight. We went about an hour 10 over, but I'll be honest here. I enjoyed it. I got to chat with Michelle. I got to hang out with Jess and Adam. Bears was here chilling out with us. So was Cody. It was great.
I got to talk with my friends.
Yeah.
First time in a while.
I miss Michelle.
I miss you guys.
We barely get to talk to Michelle.
It's true.
So we're
Sometimes
gonna.
I can still hear her voice.
We're gonna wrap up here. I'll catch you guys on Friday for some beta repo stream. Where
someone who's played it, it's fucking fun.
Where they're going to bring me and Adam to the museum. Is it the museum level?
We've had a lot of luck. The museum's been our first map the last 2 times we've played, but we've always had it shown up within the first 4 levels.
Oh,
so.
I'm pumped. I can't wait.
Is it one of those where you have to opt into the beta branch?
Yeah.
Yes, and I will. Yes.
You need.
I know how to do that.
Yeah, you turn
no
on
mods.
beta and Steam and no mods. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just remind me. I know how to do it because that railroad game that I'm always playing before they updated it a couple
Same
of months ago. Yeah, I was playing on the beta branch because it had some more quality of life stuff. Okay, just remind me.
But we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you all so very much for being here for the stream. Catch you all on Friday for repo. If you enjoy what we do, pass the word around, tell your friends. It's always cool to see more folks in stream. But hey, thank you all so very much. Say bye, stream y'all.
Bye, stream y'all.
Bye, stream y'all.
All right. Listen here, you little fucking pieces of shit.